So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 4-week program, and this is the first of the 4 weeks, and we're going to briefly go through the outline of what you can expect and what you can anticipate. You all have got your little booklets. They even have your names on them. Congratulations, because everyone has the same book, and you don't want to leave it behind, because there's going to be assignments, and if you do the assignments, you and your team can win some prizes. We like free stuff? All right, and there's going to also be a contest at the close of every meeting that we announce at the end of the meeting. So we are going to follow a timeline. We're going to take a little pause for the cause at 8 o'clock. We will, that's if you need to use the restroom, pause for the cause. We will run the program till 9:30. We have a hard stop at 9:30, so there'll be times when I'm talking very quickly. There's going to be some interaction, so we'll throw you the ball, and you all have a pen, yes? Okay, we're selling pens for $100 a piece. Who does not have a pen? Oh, you're sharing your pen now. Okay, all right, for $50. I like the way you think. Okay, so let's kind of go through a little bit of housekeeping here, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do, Joey's got us on time to do some scheduled state changes. You can do push-ups or jumping jacks, you choose. The plan is to keep your heart going and your brain activated. Poor Reno there, he's like, are you kidding me? Yes. This is boot camp, baby. All right. Let's see here. We're going to pick a partner as well, too, which is going to be kind of fun. That person's going to be there to support you, and you guys are going to have a conference call at least once in between sessions here. We have, if you open up on page 1, we have the 4 days are outlined. We have August 1st. Today we're talking about business basics, which is really primarily about success principles and booking. We're going to, day 2 is actually next Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. By the way, we start Lombardi time. Does anyone know what Lombardi time is? 10 to 15 minutes early, and if you're eating, that's another 10 to 15 minutes before that. So I know some of you are coming from work, some of you are traffic, some of you are from out of town. Okay, but this is the first time we're starting casually, but we'll be starting punctually moving forward. The second class on the 8th, next Wednesday, is on the cooking demonstration. This is going to be so good, I have to tell you. And the reason why I say it's so good, because I believe everything revolves around the cooking show. If you have a fun, fast, value-added demonstration, you can pretty much sweep all the concerns, and you can add so much extra icing on the cake, if you will, and throw sprinkles on the top. Then on day 3, which is actually going to be on the 22nd, because we're all going to be down in Jamaica, thinking about you, and some of you are going to be in Jamaica with us as well, too. We have 300 people from our division that's going to be having a good old time with the brothers from the Caribbean. And so we're going to talk about recruiting and training. And I believe if you do that properly, that can be the most profitable part of this business in the long term. There's a lot of little fine nuances we're going to go through on that. And the final day, which is graduation day. By the way, on the 22nd, we have a special guest. Vice President Wayne Fritz is flying in because he heard that we're going to train on booking dinners. Nah, I'm being sarcastic. Everybody loves Wayne, but he's coming in. We'll throw him on stage. He'll say a few words. And so the special guest on day 3, graduation day, day 4. You complete all 4 days, and guess what? You get a certificate and a notch on your belt. That's right. And there might even be something special, okay? And that's going to be management and development, and really how you choreograph a team of people to become a master distributor, a dealer, a master dealer, okay? So it's kind of all building up to the crescendo. All right, so I just want you to, for a moment here, think about, and by the way, all of you that are sitting back home listening to this, hello, I'm glad you could all make it. Everybody say hi. Hi. Okay, so what we're going to do is, just for a moment, imagine your calendar being so full. Would that be cool? Yeah. Like you just have way too many bookings. Okay, and the cool thing is you can choose which bookings and which people you want to cook for. And when you show up on those shows, everybody is anticipating and waiting enthusiastically for you. And many of those people are actually going to sign up. They are, because we're going with the cream. Because when you have momentum, you get a lot of cream in this business. And cream can be healthy, right? And so So you have a dinner dollar average. Maybe it's $2,000, maybe it's $2,500. And every time you come to the open house, you have 3 to 4 new guests, and you're picking up checks for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 and more consistently every week. Is that a dream? Or is it possible? It's very possible. If you choose to believe and if you choose to receive the information and apply it, what we're going to share with you. Okay? Because if others are doing it, I have a belief, why can't you? Okay, if others are doing it, why can't you do it? Why can't you do it better? Why can't you do it faster? Right? And why can't you engage more people to do it as well too? So really we're going to talk about best practices. Now when I started in this business, I had, guess how much sales experience? 0. Guess how much cooking experience? Okay, and here's the kicker. Guess how many people I knew? 3 people. 2 of them had a set of salad master and the other one wasn't qualified. Okay, so I really didn't know anybody. Okay, so you might say I had the odds stacked for me. I'm an inverse paranoid. Okay, so I believe that the world is conspiring towards me. I don't know what you believe. But, you know, some of you might think that, you know, there were challenges in the midst. And I will tell you, it was not an easy start, okay? In fact, the first 6 months, I made enough money barely to pay my bills. But guess what happened? In the last 3 months, I made more money than the entire year. And then in the second year, this is like 20 years ago, earned 6 figures. Now, I'm not saying that to brag, but today that's a lot more money than it was back then, right? I'm just saying that that's what can happen if you persistently pursue a worthwhile dream and goal, okay? And so when we think about this, ladies and gentlemen, okay, I don't know how many cooking shows you've done, okay? Maybe some of you have done 20 shows, maybe some of you have done 50 shows, maybe some of you have done 100 shows, maybe thousands of shows. And I was scratching my head earlier, and for about 20 years, I literally was doing at least 4 to 5 shows a week. Some weeks I'd do 10, right? Some weeks I didn't do anything. Right? But I would average probably about 5 shows a week consistently for 20 years. So that's about 8 to 10,000 shows. You're like, wow, that's a lot of chicken, and it is. Okay, and I pray for forgiveness and all the vegans out there, okay, about all those chicken thighs that have been spread, fried crispy in electric skillets. A lot of cabbage, that's right. But here's what's happening. I believe that there is some wisdoms, and my objective here today is to pass on some of those distilled wisdoms and accelerate your process to where you want to go. Does that sound good? Okay, and so here's what's going to happen. You're going to receive all the knowledge, but there's going to be conditioning that's going to be needed on your end. So you're going to get it blasted at you. You're going to do a little bit of integration, but you're going to have it. Okay, it's not always going to come out of your mouth when you want it. So you got to go back to the stuff. Okay, you got to take notes on your notes. Okay, you got to review your notes within a few days after you write them down today. So we do have in your book, we do have a spot for notes in the back there. Okay, so how are you going to get the most from this program? Well, showing up for all the classes, obviously. Keep an open mind because you're going to hear some stuff you've heard before. And here's the question. There is an evolution of knowing something, applying it with excellence, training it, and training it effectively with precision. You with me? So here's where some of you are at a level right now where you're going, yeah, I heard that before. Well, that's cool. Okay, but the question is, are you applying it and how are you applying it? And how are you training it? And how well is the training people are receiving? So that's what I want you to think about as you go through, especially if you've heard something before. Okay? Because really the difference between goodness and greatness is the execution of the basics. Okay? So, take notes. And if you need to leave, we'll ask, if you need to go to the restroom or something, we'll just ask you to go from the back. Just kind of walk around, go from the back because we are filming this one here. All right, that's Paris. Everyone say hi, Paris. Hi. Okay, all right. And, comment ça va? All right, so let's get this party started. Okay, we have, a partner. Now, it can be the person next to you, it can be the person behind you, it can be the person 3 rows behind you, but I'm going to ask you before you choose a partner, this person is somebody that you expect to be with you through the entire month of this. There's going to be points earned depending what you and your partner do, okay? All right, your partner is somebody that you can count on, somebody that will be supportive of you. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be excellent or better than you at the business, but it's somebody character-wise that you can depend on. So here's what we're going to do. Okay, we are going to give you 30 seconds to choose a partner. If you can't choose a partner in 30 seconds, we'll have you come up to the front of the room, and people are going to throw tomatoes at you. No, they're not going to do that. Okay, so you got 30 seconds. All right, Joey, 30 seconds. Choose your partner on the count of 30. Let's go. So all of you back home in offices that are watching this across the Achievers region, wanted to welcome all, and you need to act as you are here right now. If you do not have the paper, you can send Teresa an email, teresa@happycookingco.com. She will email you all the paperwork you need for this program right now. teresa@happycookingco.com. Choose your partners. Who does not have a partner? Raise your hand. No. All right? Because you guys are going to have assignments a little bit later. Who does not have a partner? You don't have a partner? Cora and Marison, you're partnered up. Anybody else not have a partner yet? You guys have partners. Give yourselves a round of applause. All right. Okay, so enough messing around. If you don't know your partner, you need to exchange phone numbers because you're going to conference call at least once. Okay? So let's flip the page here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's flip the page. And guess where we're at? Success pyramid. Okay, again, those of you that do not have this, you need to email Teresa at happycookingco.com. So, and by the way, each and every one of you, we need all your email addresses. We can push any digital information to you, okay? And it's going to go around. Actually, Sylvia will help put that one around. Just pass it around. Thanks. Okay, raise your hand if you don't have it. The success pyramid, ladies and gentlemen. Harvard Business Review did a study, and what they found is there's a saying, you're only as strong as what? You've heard this saying. It's a cliche, right? You're only what? As strong as your weakest link, okay? And thank you. And we have what's called a pyramid of success, and there's a pyramid of success in every industry, okay? And in particular, I'm just going to use the sales industry, and there's strong correlations with our business here. And so I'm going to ask you to rate yourself. So we're going to start off at the beginning of this thing where you're going to do a little evaluation, and you're going to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 on each of these. Now, the base of the pyramid is the most important. What does that mean? That means if you don't have this part down, it's going to affect all parts of your business, okay? And guess what's at the base of the success pyramid? Prospecting and qualifying. Okay, so in other words, talking to people. How is your skill set in talking to people, whether it be formally at an event or informally in your day-to-day activities? Okay? Prospecting and qualifying on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate yourself? How would you rate yourself? Okay, we're on success pyramid. Can you fill that out as we go through it? As we go up the pyramid, booking appointments. Okay? So you might have the leads. How good are you at setting appointments on a scale of 1 to 10? Are you organized or are you disorganized? Are you finding that it's hard for you to book? Maybe you're getting the leads, but you can't connect with the people. Okay, 1 to 10. Next, as we go up the pyramid, that's the foundation. You know, it's quite interesting how when you see these skyscrapers being built, sometimes they're doing construction for months, you see nothing, right? And all of a sudden, boom, it explodes. It just builds, right? What they're doing is they're digging 50 feet in the ground. They're putting rebar and cement, and they're building a strong foundation. So your strongest foundation here are these two skills, prospect and qualify, booking appointments. Yeah, you know what's quite interesting? That's what most people tend to what? Avoid. The most important part. So if you learn to turn that into a positive, that can be your power position in this business, actually in any business. Moving up, value-added presentation. That's what we're going to cover tomorrow. You know, you can have the best presentation in the world, but guess what? If you're not in front of people, it doesn't work, right? So you need to have a presentation that's value-added. It's entertaining. It's educational. Moving up the pyramid, what do we have? Dealing with objections. So people are going to have questions. People are going to have concerns. How do you deal with them? Do you maintain the same consistency? Do you get nervous? Do you get hung up? Do you stumble over your words? Are your answers something that relates to their needs? Moving up is what? Closing the sale. You can answer the objection, but they can still go home and want to think about it. So are you taking them to the next level where you're enrolling the prospect? Moving up, getting referrals. You can sell, but if you don't have referrals, you are doomed to prospect for the rest of your life. Okay? So if people like you, they like the product, they like the program, chances are they will refer people if you ask nicely, and ask until. So there is an art and a science. We're going to talk about that a little bit later today too. Moving right up is the next is what? Development and education. By the way, what is your personal development program? Are you rating yourself? Yes? Okay, and by the way, you have to be brutally honest. If it's a 5, put a 5. If it's by the way, I don't rate myself 10 in anything because I think 10 is almost impossible, right? Doing a 9, I think, is outstanding over the charts. Okay, now you can rate yourself 9 if you want, or 9.5, okay, but we'll have a test later, okay? No, but truly is if you see an area of weakness, sometimes to move from 8.5 to 9 expends so much energy it's not even worth it, because you can focus on an area where you just move from 5 to 7 and it can increase your business like 15%. Okay, so we want to identify those weak points so they can really improve them. Next, moving up, so development education. What is your ongoing education program in Salamaster, outside of Salamaster? We have so many tools. CRM, Life Changer Central. Wow, what a resource. There's a lot of YouTube resources out there, but the Life Changer Central is just golden. And moving up, time management. How is your time management? It's interesting that when you start, maybe when you're on a part-time basis, you're balancing your family, you're balancing your business, you're balancing your work life, you've got all these things, your community, your spiritual life, you've got all these things that are muddled together, and then sometimes you just can't get anything done because you can't focus and prioritize. And so sometimes you got to take a time management course so that you can actually, and there's no more time, right? We know that. There's only 86,000 hours in a day. There's not any more. It's really how we manage that, right? And then, of course, is recruiting, right? It took me a year and a half to get my first recruit that completed training and made a solo sale. Because back in the day, if they didn't do a solo sale, it wasn't counted. If you were on their show and you helped them, it wasn't counted. Okay, a year and a half it took me, and it held me back from getting a promotion into management, and I was a little bit sour, but guess what? That's okay, because it made me stronger in that area. So now, today we have dozens of new recruits coming in the different offices, okay, that we're working with. And so recruiting is really the pinnacle. That is like I call the grand slam. That is the greatest compliment when people say, you know what, I want to do what you're doing. But you have to understand, your highest quality people don't just jump in. It's a process. It's a process, because it's not just them spending their money. They're actually not just spending their time, but they're putting their reputation on the line, okay? And then the final thing is training and development of people. And ladies and gentlemen, okay, this is the money, the pinnacle. But you know what? If you're weak at booking shows, if you can't close the deal, if you don't have a personal development program, if you're scattered and your time management is all over the place, your training and development, you're not going to get the impact from it. And so I wanted you to just fill that out. You can talk to your dealer, distributor on what you can do to take your 5s to 6s and your 6s to 7s and kind of incrementally shift up the ladder there. And then in management, just for giggles, we put down the hierarchy of success, or the pyramid of success here. On the base is planning. And for some of you, for people that are dealers or distributors with large organizations, planning is so important. You know, the bigger a leader you are, or the more responsible for more people that you are, the further you got to plan in advance, okay? A lot of times it's not just what am I doing tonight or this week or this month. It's what are we doing over the next 3 to 5 years. Okay, and you got to have a little bit of foresight and a little bit of vision for that type of planning. And by the way, do your plans always fall into place? Rarely they do, right? So organization is above that. How are you in planning? How are you in organization? Scale of 1 to 10. Recruitment and training. How are you in that area? Maybe you're good at recruiting, but you're not good at training. Delegating, right? Sometimes, you know what, The biggest challenge with most entrepreneurs are, right? They hold on to it. They get really good at it, and they don't want to pass it on, because as soon as they pass it on, the people that pass it on aren't going to be as good as them. They're going to make mistakes. They don't have the patience to supervise and help people through the learning curve. But you can't grow unless you can effectively delegate and, of course, supervise. You can't just blindly delegate. You got to tell them what you got to tell them. You got to let them do it, and then you got to follow up and give feedback and improve. And then measuring. What does measuring mean? Okay, measurement is following some sort of reporting system, some sort of measurements, some sort of progress, some sort of metrics. And really, in our business, your dinner reservation book is the easiest thing. How many dinners did I book last week? How many dinners did I cook last week? Right? How many sales did I make? How many open house invitations? How much business was delivered? And how many dinners from dinners did I get? Those are the most simple metrics you can have, but you have to have a reporting system. Right? There comes a point when you run your business where you have to know how many Salad Master machines you're giving away per sale you make. Right? You have to know how much money you're spending on trade shows and things like that, what percentage of your revenue, because these are the things that make the difference. And then, of course, change. We all like change, right? No, you don't. You just say you do. Okay? The truth of the matter is change happens. Right? Stuff happens, change happens, but we got to be ahead of the change curve, and so that is a skill. So there's just a little opening factor to open up your mind. Flip the page. We're going to start working on your story. Why is your story crafting so important? Because you got to train it to other people. Okay? And your story has to tap into your purpose and your passion. Again, those of you that just came on, email Teresa at happycookingco.com. She'll email you all this paperwork. Okay? So, passion for the product. Nothing happens without enthusiasm and passion. So, what do you love about the cookware? Write it down right now. This is all about you. It's nothing about me. So, what do you love about the cookware? And it's a little bit more than what you like. Okay? Because like does not invoke passion. You want to tap into corazon. Did I say that right? Okay. So, what do you really love about the product? And really, it's going to boil down to time savings, money savings, or health benefits. Okay? What do you love about it? Do you love the fact it cooks fast, it tastes better, no chemical reaction, more nutrition? There's just, so many different features and benefits to our product. It's unbelievable. And yes, we're going to talk about conditioning features and benefits a little bit later and really tapping them into emotions. So what do you love about the product? You got it? Write it down. Write it down. Next is, how has a product impacted your health or improved or changed your life? This is where it kind of shifts a little bit, because it kind of comes from sort of an opinion to a fact. Because if something is positively affected you, it becomes real, right? It's not hypothetical. You're not like reading it in a book and going, Salad Master's good because of this. How's a product really impacted your life? Now, some people, just for suggestion, some people eat more vegetables because it's easier and it tastes better. Some people cook with little or no oil. Some people find that they have better digestion. Some people find that they lose weight. Some people actually have been able to balance out, their diabetes and things like that. Again, not making any claims, but a lot of people that's happened to. They start eating right. They start preparing their food properly. So how has this impacted your life? Maybe you don't eat out in restaurants so much. Maybe that's saving you money. Maybe the kids are now eating vegetables, and you're setting an example for them, a blueprint for their immune system to be strong for the rest of their life. Okay? How has the product really impacted your life? Now, what I am going through with you is something you need to go through with every one of your people. Coach them onto how an impactful story. Because I've been on shows, I've listened to people's stories, and I'm like, probably better not tell your story. Right? You got to coach somebody, right? Sometimes people have been coached before in another business or something like that, and they seem more natural, but guess what? You got to assume everyone is ignorant on how to do this, and you have to coach them through it. And your story is going to get good, better, and better, and better. Okay? So the more you work through this, the more you're going to get better at coaching people through this. Next point, passion for the business. Most people, when they tell their story, what do? They talk about the product. So really what you need to do, your story needs to be product-oriented and business-oriented. Why are you excited about this business? What do you love about this business? What's unique about this business and special that is the reason why you're a part of it here today? Okay? What do you love? Notice the word is not like. It's not interested. What do you love? Got to write it down. Maybe you love the time freedom. Maybe you love the fact that you can go out and make a week's wages in one evening for some people, right? Maybe when you sell 5 in a day, that's probably a little bit more than a week's wages, okay? All right? So maybe your passion for the business is helping people. One of my missions, and we're going to talk about the mission a little bit later, but one of my missions is to inspire, challenge, and educate people to have healthy and profitable businesses, right? That is a win-win, okay? So, what are you passionate about, the business-wise? Let's talk about the anatomy. There's 5 parts to the anatomy of your personal story. Question is, it starts with who are you? When you open up at a cooking show, people don't know you. They may have met you at a trade show. Maybe they're referred by a friend. You know, if it's somebody that you've known for a while or a family member, you really don't have to get into it. But you got to get personal with people. This is the foundation of rapport and trust. So it starts with who are you? What is your background? You know, maybe you're an engineer as your full-time profession. Maybe your background was in stocks, maybe real estate, maybe mortgage banking, okay, or whatever your background. Maybe you're a full-time mom. That's awesome. Whatever your background is, just let people know a little bit about who you are, okay? You also want to have, I say, one thing to edify yourself. Now, why is that? Because I have a belief that nobody is subservient at a cooking show. Just because you're cooking and washing people's dishes doesn't mean you're any lower than them. And I'm not there to please, okay? I'm there to educate, and I'm there to motivate. And so I want to be at the same level as these people. So I want to find something without being braggadocious to edify myself, okay? Write something down about yourself. It might be experience. It might be your education. It might be an accomplishment, okay? And you might have to think about it. Because a lot of times people, being humble is considered a positive thing. So a lot of times we don't, outwardly talk about, what we're good at or great at, okay? Next point. How you got started. Keep it simple. I seen a cooking show. Fell in love with the product. Got the set. It's almost the same thing. But here's what I'm going to suggest, okay? There is a challenge, and this is the next one. There is a challenge that needs to be installed in there, okay? Because you know what? Everybody has an obstacle, right? If you look at the person next to you, you know what? They have certain skills you don't have. You have certain skills they have. They're a little bit more advanced. But I tell you, everyone in this room has a challenge or challenges, okay? Everybody does. So here's the point. Sometimes people will use that challenge mentally to stop them. So you have to bring that challenge up in events. It's called an objection sweep. Okay? And so usually it's going to be what? I don't have the money to buy the product and I don't have the time to do the business. Wouldn't that be a good challenge to talk about how you overcame? Right? When I seen this, I had no sales experience. I had no cooking experience. Quite frankly, I didn't have any time. I wasn't looking for a business, right? But what I found is when I really started using the product and I started to learn more about the company and the roots and the integrity and the reputation of the brand, I thought, maybe this is something I'll try. And what happened is I got so busy, I just fell in love with the whole business. Okay? So that's an example. Okay? Now, I didn't have the what? Money. Maybe you did have the money, but maybe you were putting the kids through college. Maybe you had other projects going on, and it wasn't the right time. Okay, but say that because that's going to help people rationalize and get over their thing. Okay, all right. So how you got started? KISS stands for keep it simple, salad master. Right? Okay. What challenge do you face? Okay, time, money, health, or skill. How did you come over that challenge? And ultimately, it might have been the team support. It might have been the training programs. It might have been the support systems that the company has. Okay? So, how'd you come over that challenge? What do you really enjoy about this business? Again, that's a little kind of passion, maybe from experience. And then the final thing here is what would you like to become, do, or get from this business? Now, this takes a little bit of courage. Okay? Now, for those of you that are relatively new in this business, you're like, I don't know what the future holds. I just have the faith of a mustard seed. I hope it goes okay, right? But I'll tell you something, is when you start talking boldly about what you want to do, become, or have with this vehicle, all of a sudden, you know what happens? More people want to follow you. People want to follow leaders. Leaders have a plan. Leaders are confident with their plan. And you know, I'm going to give you a couple examples of some things you could do with this business, have or create with this business. One is maybe your goal is to open a Salad Master office, okay, and have a dealership within 12 months. Maybe that's your goal. Okay, maybe your outcome is to have a $1 million business, and for you to have the pride of owning your own and managing your own business and getting your family involved in it, right? Maybe that's something that you do want to do or get. Maybe you want to put your kids through college. Maybe you want to pay off your mortgage in 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. Okay? Right? And so when I'm suggesting this, it's very important that you don't go, well, I'm going to try and I hope. You don't say that. Okay? So you put together a plan, you talk to your mentors about your plan, you go, okay, all right, this is what it's going to take to pay off the home. Okay? Going to need $400,000. If I put an extra $3,000 a month towards that mortgage, how soon will it be paid off? Or if I want to buy this home or this condo or whatever it might be, you break it down to a number, you break it down into a profit per month, you break it down into bookings per day. That's what it happens. And when you break it down to something that's digestible, you can actually speak it with confidence. Are you with me? Okay, so that's what you want to share, because when you say that emphatically, people are going, this is legitimate business. Right now I'm going to share with you and all of you back home and in offices is we have got historically low unemployment rates. We have historically high home values, historically high market, stock markets at historical highs, right? And so what that has is a comfort level for people. People feel, I'm good, I'm okay, right? So we're motivated by two things. What are they? Carrot and the stick, right? You've heard that before. We're all motivated by two forces, right? We're motivated to gain something, or we're motivated away from something, right? So what's the stick in this one? For every boom, there is a bust. Economy's rocking. Guess what's happening? All right, interest rates are going up. Things are going to start contracting. Prepare for the future. What else is happening? Retirement. Did you know that 68% of all people, American adults, are concerned that they don't have enough money for when they retire? Okay, and I can give you some horrifying statistics on how much money people have saved. And if all they did was just max out on their SEP IRA, oh my goodness. And this business could do that. If all they did was think about putting money in for each and every one of their children. Totally unselfish. This isn't for me. Children, grandchildren, you max out on an IRA for them. Boom, boom, boom. You know, that's a legacy. Okay? So when you think about, you got to get people uncomfortable. Otherwise, they're like, you know, I'm paying my bills. Life is good. We're going on our 2 vacations. You know, credit card's not too high. Right? We got to get people a little bit uncomfortable. So think about those things that you want to become or get or do, and you'd be surprised how many people start thinking about this as a viable business and want to take a look at more. All right, so anyone want to share? A couple shares. Anatomy of your personal story. Hit those 5 points. I need 3 victims. All right, we'll pass down this mic. Keep on talking.
I got started in this business. I had no sales background, didn't like sales, hated cooking. My food tasted bad, and I liked nothing about it.
I hope.
Yeah, yes. And of course, they made it look so easy. I was like, wow, I can totally do this. And let's see. Oh, and I didn't have the money at the time, didn't fit in my budget. So I thought, what the heck, I'll join the business and pay for the product. And I thought I was going to be done after that. Challenges, I was working full-time and actually two jobs, part-time job. And I was a cancer survivor and diabetic, so didn't always have the energy. And I overcame with training, and Mitzi was very patient with me when she does her spiel at the open house, like, if you're coachable, and I'm like, or not. I don't even say it out loud, but in my head, I'm like, very difficult to coach. But she had a lot of patience with me, so. And I really enjoy the people, and I find my day job can be stressful, mentally challenging, and you don't always get a lot of appreciation, but this business, helping people and knowing that you can make their lives better is rewarding.
And so what do you want to do, get, or become?
Oh, so what I want to do is I want to get out of debt and travel more. Actually, traveling more is like really what I want to do.
Cool. All right. Give her a round of applause. Thank you very much. Okay. So there are a couple things here. You wrote down a lot of things, and we all wrote down a lot of things. What we need to do is we need to distill it, and we need to speak it not like we're reading it. We need to speak it like we're feeling it, like it's a part of us. And so there is a little bit of repetition in that. But get that down. Keep on sharing your story. Keep on sharing your story. And if I could give you one suggestion, be a little bit more specific on what you want to become, okay? Or what you want to do, or what you want to get. If you're going to travel, where, when, right? If you're going to get a debt, it's going to, my credit cards right now are in the process of rapidly accelerating, paying off my credit cards, and within 3.5 months, I'm going to be completely debt-free. And that, it's specificness of it, it's like, it's not a cliche, it's real. You've got a plan, you're working towards your plan. Does that make sense? All right, fantastic. Any questions on that one? Did you get some ideas? Okay, so let's talk about our mission and our vision. Because ultimately, we have our short-term goals, we have our long-term goals. And Salad Master has a mission, and that's everybody to experience Salad Master. Great. That sounds nice. It's kind of fluffy, right? It's kind of fluffy. But what is your mission? Okay? How are your efforts, how are your motives going to make the world what? What does it say down there? A better place. And simultaneously make me feel what? Great, okay. Now, here I've got an opening with this. It says, my lifelong purpose with this business is. Okay, because most missions aren't like, I'm going to try and see if I can get a set for free. Right? That's not really going to get people excited. So, my lifelong purpose, okay, with this business is to educate people to live better, look better, feel younger, and ultimately live longer. Okay? Now, maybe your lifelong purpose of this business is to empower people to have a healthy and profitable home-based business. Maybe your lifelong purpose is to use cooking as a vehicle to inspire others to better health. Maybe your lifelong purpose of this business is to get families back together to have healthy home-cooked meals and not driving through the drive-through and eating and never being together and having that community of family. Okay? These are some thoughts, aren't they? Some thoughts to ponder. I'm throwing that out, and tonight you're not going to get a mission. Sometimes you're going to spend an hour underneath a tree, and the tree's talking to you, and you're making notes, and you go, that's it. And then you say it a couple times, you go, well, it's almost it. Okay? Because I'll tell you, you're gonna craft it, and it's going to become a part of you, and you're going to tweak it, and it's like, yeah. And when you get it and it strikes that chord, you'll never work another day in your life because you're on purpose. Okay? So we're going to give you an assignment. Say yay. I heard you guys back there. Okay, and moving right along is a mission really is a purpose, where a vision is kind of a big goal. Does that make sense? It might be like a 3 to 5 year plan. Now, or maybe a 5 to 10 year plan. And by the way, the further you get out, the more you have to just be like open-minded, right? I was asked a question about 6 months ago. What's your 20-year plan? And this was asked by somebody that I'm accountable to. And I'm like, I started thinking, holy, I'm going to be old. 20 years, man. I don't know if I'll remember 20 years from now what my plan was. But it got me really thinking, and I got serious about it. I started writing about it. And it's like 20 years from now, man, the world's going to be different. My life's going to be different. My body's going to be different. People I'm around is going to be different. But what is it going to look like? And how can I make it even better? Right? Looking into that telescope into the future, right? You don't have to go 20 years back, but you can go 5 to 10, right? Sure. All right? I challenge you on that. And so really, what would things look like in 5 years? Okay? And so our vision here in the next 3 years is to double the number of dealers and having dealers profitably deliver 20 to 100 sets a month. Okay? Having a healthy and profitable business. That is our vision here in the Achievers region. Okay? And you're a part of that vision. Okay? So, all right. Did you write any notes? Say yes? Okay. So you can put some stars there because we're going to be coming back to it. Now, we've kind of dealt with a little bit of foundational stuff. Now we're going to get into some meat and potatoes of the foundation of the success pyramid. And we know the foundation of the success pyramid is what? Prospecting and qualifying, right? And you know what? I'll tell you something. You know what this business blows everything else away? Indirect sales is our referral program. Okay? And those people that know how to work this referral program, you have got it made. When back years ago, and I'm not going to say the year, okay, but I averaged selling 4 sets a week for an entire year. Okay? You're like, wow, yeah. And you know how many salads I cut? 5 for the entire year. Okay? You know how many shows I did? 1. Okay? And you know, it was almost all referral-based business. Okay? And so what I want to share with you now is 3 types of booking. I'm going to share with you how to book your friends and family warm market because that's the easiest, right? You can make all the mistakes in the world, say all the wrong stuff, and you know what? And just, I'm cooking for you, right? And they'll say, okay. But then you start getting those referrals, and your skill needs to be a little bit better, doesn't it? Needs to be a little bit more refined. And if you're not, guess what happens? They don't book. Okay? That jump from warm market to referrals is the most important jump that you can support anyone you bring into this business. And if you want them to grow with you and part of your vision, you have to anticipate this as a pitfall, as the weakest point in the link, and you need to train it before they need training on it. Because if you do that, all of a sudden you get more referral business. Okay? That takes work. That takes time, effort, and energy. That takes, let me email you the script, let's role play the script. That's a conversation after they have the show and they didn't book any instant bookings. They ask, what did they say? What did you say? Let's role play this. Because in the beginning stages, when you're finding your frontline 3 people, guess what? It is a lot of babysitting. It is a lot of effort and energy. And some people develop within a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, sometimes 12 months. But you know what's kind of interesting parallel is the people that take a little bit longer to develop, okay, that's all they know. And they're going to be loyal to that cause. It takes a lot of effort, though. Once you get that, and you get your people duplicating that. So, warm market, referral business, and then prospecting business. So somebody's brand new in the business, and they don't even know how to work their warm market, and they hit right up to prospecting. There's some advanced training that takes place unless they've got some experience elsewhere, right? Okay, otherwise, what's going to happen? My dinners are canceling, right? Or, you know, I can't get in the door. I can't get anyone to book. Okay, because they're learning those fundamental skills with people that they don't know and have rapport with. So we're going to talk about those 3 separate scripts. Now, I'm going to have you turn to the person next to you, and I hope you guys printed off this paperwork already. We're now on the War Market booking script. This is something that every brand new person gets, and what you need to do is you need to be able to read this like Braille, okay? You need to know this is a script that you know inside and out because you're an expert at coaching it, okay? You're talking about how does Braille come in there, right? So, all right, I'm not going to get you to read the whole thing. All you're going to do, actually, you know what, to accelerate time, we're going to read this together, only the what? Bold. We read only the bold, okay? So, most important thing when you're on the phone is be what? In a hurry. You're busy. You're just going out the door or something, right? Okay, first thing is I need your what? I'm completing my training. And then you basically say, you know, we're going to cook for you, and then you say, sounds good. Right? So after, the biggest challenge people have is when they're scripting is they don't ask questions. They go blah, 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 blah. And it's the worst when you get a telemarketer. I don't know if anyone answers their phone anymore, but if you actually listen to a telemarketer, most of them are rookies, and they go blah, 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 when a good telemarketer will actually say something real quick and ask a question and engage you, right? And then say something again and then ask another question and engage you, okay? Because they have to open the person up because guess what? They don't want to talk to you. Right? I feel sorry for telemarketers nowadays because you just interrupted me. Right? I hear my home phone ring, I get mad. I don't want to answer it. All right? So, anyways, okay, here's the thing. Your meal's going to, what does it say? The meal will consist of, that's the bold, and however you explain it. We explain it with full detail and enthusiasm, right? Okay? And then it says, we will what? Bring all the equipment, the food, and we even clean up. Next point, sounds like? Okay, so this is all the high points. Forget about all the fluff. They can fluff around, say whatever they want, but as long as they hit the high points, the script will work, okay? So you might be thinking, why are we saying that? Because if they're not thinking it, they should be thinking it, right? Okay, we are what? Well, that's the same thing that we sell when same thing we say when we're prospecting at a trade show, isn't it? It's the same thing we say when we're getting a referral booking. So that's a coined phrase, okay? And then blah, 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 blah. Okay, your only obligation is what? To get honest opinion. Now, can you count on people giving their honest opinion? Or maybe they'll give you their dishonest opinion. I'm just kidding. Okay, and if you like what you see, what are you going to do? Oh, this is magic. Memorize it. It's so good because it takes away the fear of what? Obligation, or the fear that you're selling me something, or the fear I got to buy something. You with me? Okay. So the reason why dinners cancel and reschedule is there's a doubt in people's mind. Why are they doing this show? What's the catch? What are they selling? What's my obligation? Any presentation where you're coming to somebody's home, any intelligent person will have those questions. So you got to build it in the script. Okay. So bullet point. Okay. It says we need to what? Complete the dinner before and a contest. So if we're doing a fast start, then we have a start date. We have a what? A finish date. We got 15 days to get this thing done. Okay? No, we don't ever ask, are you interested? Which, by the way, a lot of new people do. When do you want to book? And are you interested? Those are what? Mortal sins. Okay? We never ask, are you interested? Okay? Shame on you. Okay. All right? But we do ask is what? Yes, this is the gravy, ladies and gentlemen. This is the secret sauce. Okay, super. We can do this or that, right? So it's this or that. And finally, we want to ask, is the husband or wife going to be home? Okay, once you set the date, and by the way, we always tell people, never do a dinner unless you're cooking for somebody that can what? That has the ability to what? Make an investment. Okay, what if they are a very nice person that knows a lot of people? Invite one other health-conscious couple. Okay, we set the appointment. If you show up there and it's unqualified, that's a different story, right? But if we book a show for somebody that is a nice person, because I always want to cook for what kind of people? Nice people, right? Okay? So if they've got a good attitude and you know they're connected with certain contacts that would be fruitful for your business, once you set the appointment, have them invite one other health conscious couple in that order. Okay? Cardinal error, what do people do? What they do is they say, invite your friends over, or see if you can invite a friend over, and then go, when do you want to book? And then they can't book them. Right? Set the appointment, then upsell one other health conscious couple. Okay? So we never do a dinner unless what? We have at least one qualified prospect, right? Okay. So we don't need to practice. Okay? So let's talk about what? Concerns, questions, stalls, objections. So people are going to say, what's the? Okay? And really is we want you to what? Tell your friends about us. Okay? And I will do what? Okay. So basically, and one thing that we didn't underline there is promoting our cooking system and our cooking classes, because you have to answer something, right? Now, here's the key. You answer general, not specific. Because if you answer specific, what does that mean? More questions. Okay, so answer generally, okay? We don't talk about the product. We don't talk about the prices, okay? So, I'm busy now. Call me next, right? You have to do what? You have to eat, okay? And then you're going to be the what? Private chef. These are buzz phrases. You got to incorporate them into the vocabulary of all new people, because if they don't have this book in their warm market, coming to the referrals are going to have more resistance, okay? And then all you get to do what? Sit back and relax, and we're going to take you for it sounds like a test drive, but it's really a taste. It's a taste drive. I love it. Okay, I can't afford to buy anything. A lot of times a new person goes, oh, they can't afford to buy anything, right? So the answer is what? We get credit by doing the cooking shows, and you can turn it into recruiting if you like. Does my spouse have to be there? Yes. Next. Okay. By the way, you know what's quite interesting? It was so funny. I was training somebody the other day. They're doing an instant booking, and they put them on speakerphone and talk about awkward. And so we're listening to the whole conversation. And the lady's trying to hard sell her friend by saying all the wrong stuff. Okay? And it was actually very comical. And the lady goes, what's the catch? You hear it all of it, And then she goes, this sounds like Tupperware. And it was so funny because a lot of times people will go, oh, this is like a home party thing, right? Okay. Oh, I got to invite my friends. That a lot of times is a default that people have, and they think they're helping you, saying, oh, yeah, I'll invite all my friends over. Okay, so beware, right? So I forget what my point was, but does my spouse have to be there? They have a reference that what? I had a Princess House party, a Tupperware party, a candle party, a whatever party, and my husband didn't have to be there because I spent $100 all on my own. I spent $500 on all this wonderful essential oils all on my own. Okay? That's the reference point that they have. So we got to encourage them to bring the spouse, obviously, right? We got to understand what the consumer's thinking. Okay, how much is it? Right? Okay, our number one goal every time we book a dinner is what? Book more shows, help them get gifts, right? So when somebody is thinking about what do I have to buy, what's my obligation, what do? You can say no obligation, but you have to get them thinking about the what? The gifts. What's in it for them? Okay? So, how much is it? Okay. All right. You dance. How much is it? Well, if you're interested, we'll leave you a brochure, right? Well, how much is it? I heard this stuff's expensive. Well, we do have all different packages for different needs and different budgets. And if you're interested, we'll show you a brochure. And they go, well, how much is it? If you don't answer the question, what are they going to do? They're going to go, what are you hiding? Can I trust you? What else are you hiding? So you got to give them general information, right? So what do you say? Well, pieces start at... How much are kitchen chairs? How much is that oval bake dish, right? Pieces start at $200 to $300, right? Can you say that? Legitimately. You're not going to go, wow, we got this skillet. It's over $1,000. What? Okay, so we We coach people, right, to avoid pricing, but not evade pricing. You with me? Okay, you don't want to break trust. Somebody says, I already have a set. You know, here's what I've heard in the Filipino community. You already got a set? Oh, how big of a set? Oh, okay, well, we got a rice cooker. You got the smokeless boiler. Oh, we can upgrade you. We got a custom pack. No. This is not about selling on the phone. It's about setting an appointment, right? So they say they already have it. Great. We'll help you get some new free gifts. Let me come over. I'll teach you a recipe or two, right? Book the appointment and then what? Invite one other health-conscious couple, right? Because Saladmaster owners are the best testimony. Did you learn something? Have you learned something so far? Yeah. Okay, so here's what's going to do. We're going to cover the next page, and then we're going to have a planned pause. All right? You with it? Are you waiting for this? Now, some of you may have seen this before. The question is, are you using it? Because this is gold. Right now, we're finding that this is where the gold is. Flip the page. Text templates. This has been updated, by the way. And those of you that put your emails down, we'll get you a digital copy. So all you have to do is copy paste, right? Okay. First and foremost is this weekend is salad what? Salad extravaganza. And we're going to be presetting what? Salad deliveries and pancit deliveries. Now, sometimes people going, this is weird. Why are you doing this? Right? Why are you giving away salads? This is like, why are you giving away pancit? What's the point? Okay, so you text them saladdeliveredfresh.com. Can you see that up there at the top? It's already written down. You don't have to write it. Yeah, there you go. Okay, and if you're delivering pancit, what do you text them? Healthypancit.com. Okay, and what does that do? That does the explaining for them. So like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, you just send them a text. Okay, now. We have on a Salad Cut first generation show. These are the most important because these are the most volatile shows. These are the ones that are sensitive in a sense where they can reschedule or cancel very easily. Got it? Okay, so you got to treat them with delicate and care because they don't know you. They don't know the product. They're not referred by a friend. Okay? So this one is one of my favorites because what you're doing is you're sending this a text immediately after it's booked. It's got thehealthycookingshow.com in there, okay? And it's also got the Salad Master Machine link in there. So what does that do? It entertains them. They get to see what's in it. It answers their question what the cooking show is all about, not about the product. They're not looking up Salad Master, checking out the prices on eBay. They're actually learning about the Healthy Cooking Show, and they're getting excited about the salad machine you demonstrated for them. Do you like that? This could be one of the most important text templates that you use that needs to be saved as a shortcut in your phone. Okay? Next one, referral prospect. This is your second next most important. Why? Because sometimes, let me share with you, if you do the booking program beautifully, you explain the hosting gifts with like so much enthusiasm and versatility and grace, people are like, I want them all. Right? You can do all that. You can get the 10 names. You can qualify. You can coach them what to say. You get them on the phone, but guess what? They're not good at talking. Right? Maybe they kind of freeze up a little bit. Maybe they say the wrong stuff. But guess what? You can let the video do the talking for them. You with me? So you send them a text to send to their friends the text. Okay? And then we have Vanna here in the front row. And Paris actually recorded this one. Vanna does an absolutely ridiculously amazing explanation of the cooking show, and it only took 4 hours. No, truly, it's awesome. Like if you send that over to people they watch that video, they go, man, this sounds like it answered all the questions. It gave me enough information. It took away my doubt, my fear of the unknown, and it got me excited about the food. Okay, and that's exactly what it does, and it's a 60-second blurb. That's all it is. Okay, so the next one is a thank you text. You've got to keep in front of people. The biggest challenge new people do is they don't follow up soon enough, right? They book a show 2 weeks from now, and then they don't call them to the day before the show. They assume it's on, right? Thank you text. DAD is day after dinner text, okay? And there's a reason for that because we want to have that 14-day or 21-day, whatever the timeline is on the referral program. There always has to be a sense of urgency. Otherwise, people will do what? Procrastinate, right? So on the referral program, we always got to remind them. The only catch is we got to get this done as soon as possible because we do have a timeline, okay? And we really want to help your friend get their $500 food processor as soon as possible. We have to bring that up, the gift, and how they're helping their friend. Open house follow-up. When do you send that one out? You can send it right after the show. You can send it the day before the open house, however you want to send it. But there's a little video that we have in there. You don't have to use my video. Shoot your own video, okay? And then we got a booking text. This is when you got your green light. The people said yes on the referral, what to send to the friend. Confirmation text, commitment text. We're going to go through a scripting of what happens when you have the referral, you call and nobody answers. And then you call again and nobody answers. And then you send a text and you don't get a response. What do you do with that? Okay, so we have some techniques and strategies on how to get better two-way communication once somebody already has agreed to have a show. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a pause, but before we do the pause, here's what has to happen. You have to leave with a level of enthusiasm. Joe, we're going to need a little bit of music for this. I'm going to ask you all to stand up just for a quick moment. Okay, and here's what's going to happen, because this is boot camp, baby. This is boot camp. And then even you at home, you've been sitting down way too long. Stand up right now. I'm watching you. Stand up. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. Okay, because we can't do jumping jacks because we're too close, we're going to do jack ups, okay? And we're going to get jacked up with jack ups. And so we're just going to jump in the air. Okay? And we're going to do it for how long? 45 seconds.
Here we go. Let's get loud. Let's get loud. Turn the music up. Let's do it. Come on, people. Let's get loud. Let's get loud. Turn the music up to hear that sound. Let's get loud. Let's get loud.
So, hey, why do people want to book shows? We're flipping the page on the referral bookings for those of you that printed off the next page. Referral booking scripts. So we've gone from warm market, basic, moving it up to referral booking scripts. The number one thing it says, if you want to get those green lights, if you want to get the okays, you get the hostess on the phone. She's booking. Why? Because she's motivated to get the libre, the gratis, the free, right? Okay, so we got to sell the sizzle on the gifts. First of all, you got to do a great salad master machine, and you got to get them to use it. Okay? Are you getting everyone to use a salad machine? Okay? Are you coaching them on the 3 things not to do or the 3 things to do and the 1 thing not to do? You know what I'm talking about? Right? You spin it clockwise. You put pressure at 90 degrees. You use your wrist to press down, not on. And when your hand gets closer, slow down. Those are the 3 do's, right? The 1 don't is don't stick your fingers in there. Okay? So 3 do's, 1 don't. And get people before every single time somebody goes up to the stage, get them the 3 do's, the 1 don't. Get them using the machine. They'll fall in love with it even more by touching it and feeling it and using it. Okay? So, but that's a no-brainer. Okay? The wok, the knives, the tea kettle, all that stuff, you gotta, if you don't bring them to the show, you gotta eloquently sell the sizzle on what these can be used for. By the way, who brings the wok to the show? Okay, who does not have a wok? If you don't have a wok, on the count of 3, say, 1, 2, 3. They don't have a wok. Life will not be the same without a wok. Okay, some people try to run, but really you need the Salad Master wok. Walk this way. Walk with James. Walk with Salad Master. Okay. We know what's really cool when you bring it on a demo is you can do what? You can use it as a dome lid on the EOC, right? People go, ooh, that's pretty cool. Okay. But, yeah, there's lots to do with that. I think we shouldn't give it away from a gift because it's too good. That's my personal opinion. I tell people at a dinner. I say, I don't know why the company gives this away. That's way too good, way too expensive, and no, you can't get it on your first show. Got to get it on your second or your third, okay? And then the tea kettle, of course. By the way, does anyone ever boil water? It's kind of a silly question, right? Okay? But of course, if you boil water, you don't want this, and that's right. That's the words we're going to use. You need this. And by the way, have you noticed a taste difference? Right? Because all the minerals in the California hard water, you start boiling in there, wow. Light and day, the most beautiful, delicious, clean is the word, the most beautiful, delicious, and clean tasting teas ever. Okay, so you've got all these gifts. They got to know that there's more than just the machine, right? Because 1 out of 10 people are not very cognitively advanced, and they don't see that they would use this machine. Okay? So there's no judgment, but there are probably 1 in 10 people that don't see the value in this machine. Okay? And we feel sorry for them. But you know what? They still would like what? The wok, the knives, the tea kettle. Okay? So getting green lights, number 1 is what? Work with me. Read. It says what? Amazing's the word. Not a good, but a amazing devil. Sell the sizzle on the other gifts. Number 2 is you got to do what? When? Now, some people are way too laxy-daisy with this. Okay? 10 names when? Okay, you can let them eat if they give you 8 names, okay? Just wanted to let you know. You don't have to be that strict. Next point is what? And get the whys and write them down. Now, have you ever had people so excited they start calling the wrong people? And then you got all these people you're supposed to cook for that are not the right people? Okay, so number 1 is we qualify. Next is we do what? Coach. Why? Because you can get the good names, you get them on the phone, they say all the wrong stuff. So coaching is not just hearing. Coaching is what? Thank you. Letting them. Okay, tell them what to say and say, pretend you're calling me. And the most important part, the next part is what? Pass the phone when they say yes. Otherwise what? Ya-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. All they do is get a yes, okay? That's it. They go, okay, so once they say yes, pass the phone, okay? So once they say yes, what are you going to do? Oh, thank you very much. Do you want to use your phone or mine? Okay, so anyways, we got that going on. We're not talking about all the texting yet, okay? So here's what's going to happen. We're taking it from the point where they pass you the phone, and we're doing what? We are setting the instant booking. And of course, the keywords I always like to use, the 4 F's, is which is what? Food, fun, favor, free. Can you remember that? Okay, what is it? Okay, you did it backwards, but that's okay. It's still the 4 F's. Okay, so we explain the win-win, okay? You're helping the host get credit towards what? $500 food processor. I'm not just saying food processor because they could be thinking salad shredder, whatever, $15, okay? We need to explain the menu how? By the way, do you explain it enthusiastically? Okay, when's the last time you've seen or heard your presentation? I bet you it's not as enthusiastic as you say it is. Okay, and I'm telling you that because I didn't realize that until somebody challenged me. It was back in the day when we did audio recordings. This was before they had like big video cameras, okay? But we did audio recordings, and then we did video recordings, and you still want to do that because guess what? You don't realize how unenthusiastic you say stuff until you hear back what you're saying. You're like, oh, I need to add a little extra juice in that, okay? So, all right. The next point is we explain the menu enthusiastically, and then we ask the question, does that? And then we continue and say there is? Because we get paid by doing shows. So these are just the high points, once again, very similar to some of the warm market stuff. And then we don't say, are you interested? We don't say, when do you want the demo? We say what? Okay, all right. And so, blah, 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 blah. Confirmation and commitment. Now, this is where people drop the ball. They'll book the show, but guess what? They don't commit the show. So guess what happens? Show's booked and it reschedules because people are like, well, you know, I can do it anytime, right? So when do you commit the show? Here's the thing. I need to know that I am cooking within a 80 to 90% accuracy 3 days out from my show. Okay? I need to know 3 days out. Okay, when am I going to lock the show? The answer is it depends on how far it's booked out. If my show is booked 2 weeks in advance, okay, I can tell them, rain or shine, I'm going to be there, blah, 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 but they're probably going to forget. Okay, so I'm still going to have to send them a reminder text. Okay, but if I book the show for 4 days from now, when am I committing it? When I book it. As soon as I book it, I'm committing it. Okay, so what are the 3 promises? I'll be there and I'll be there on time. Next one. And I will what? Now, can you promise they'll have a good time? Well, you can't, okay, because you don't know. They might be in a bad mood, okay? But you can promise that you'll do your very what? Okay, so what are they? I'm going to be there on time. Hey, if you're Latino or Filipino, don't go, well, I'm going to show up. If I'm late, traffic, No. All right, Lombardi time. Be there 10 minutes early, okay? So I'm going to what? Be there on time. Number 2, prepare lots of delicious food. Number 3, make sure you have a good time. Okay, now, is it committed? No. You've just committed yourself. It's not committed until what? They reciprocate. So you ask for one promise. Can I ask for one promise? Now that we're confirmed, keep the date. Okay? Don't say, please don't cancel, because you're planting a negative seed. Okay? So one promise now that we're confirmed, what? Promise to keep the date. Okay? They say, yeah, and you wait for a yes. Now they go, well, it depends. Right? That's not a locked show, right? Okay, if they don't commit, it's not locked. Okay? Now, all right, we don't want it too heavy. The next point says, I want to what? Thank you for your help. I'm in a very what? A special contest, and your dinner means a lot to me. Let them know it's important. I'm not. Okay, and don't say, but I will give you a reminder text. Don't say that. Okay, you will give them a reminder text, but you're not calling back to confirm. Okay, I'll definitely see you on Thursday at 6 o'clock sharp. Okay, does that make sense? You need to get that one verbatim. You can double star that, triple star it, circle it, whatever. Okay, now here's what's going to happen is you're going to make a call to set the appointment, and it says 3 attempts, 1 voicemail, do not act needy. Okay, here's an example of needy. Oh, hi, May. It's James calling here from Happy Cooking again. I noticed you haven't returned my call. I wanted to let you know that I do want to cook for you, and we really want to help your friends. So please, pretty please, give me a call. All right? Looking forward to hearing from you. Hi, it's me again. Hi, it's me again. Right? Okay. So if you are desperate, people run away. Okay? So remember, they'll block you. There you go. You're blocked. Okay. Now, of course, I'm exaggerating. Okay. Nobody's going to be that needy, but you get the point. You know what I mean? We have something for them. Get it? We have something very special for them. They're getting a privately catered dinner from a health cooking coach, and they're getting a night out of the kitchen. You with me? We romance the experience. They're getting like level 10. This is awesome stuff. Okay? So you have to come with a position of posture that they're getting something very valuable. With it? Okay. So now, if you try 3 attempts, you leave the voicemail, that's fine. Okay, you send them a text. Okay? Call, voicemail, text. Okay? And if they're non-responsive, what do? You carbon copy the hostess. Write that down. Okay? What we found also to get response is a picture of you in the text. Okay? So, what's a picture of you look like? Okay? That's the question, right? All right? Okay? It's a fun picture, and it has to do with cooking, okay? All right? So, you can be wearing the apron, you can, holding a knife, crazy frown, right? don't be holding the cookware kind of like you're modeling the skillet or something like that, because then they're like, okay, well, Yes, Vanna.
I usually will use a Tupperware with all the food that I have prepped.
Oh yeah, this is good. You can be holding like a delicious meal. You can like have all the bountiful vegetables. You got a basket full of vegetables or something like that. So you can have some fun stuff with your picture.
Could you take with their friend?
Absolutely. Okay. We'll embellish on that a little bit more. The picture I'm talking about is your business card. You with me? A lot of times to get people to say yes, maybe you've taken a picture with them, right? Okay. Or you've posted a picture of them actually using the machine or cutting. It's an action shot, maybe a little video or something like that. That always enhances the response rate. But setting the appointment, who is this person, right? Keep in mind, if you've coached them properly and you pass the phone, they've already introduced themselves to you and you already set the appointment. You should have, okay? Now, but if you set the appointment on the phone, sometimes it's not. You can't lock it on the spot, okay? So what I would do is I would want to call them back within 24 hours to lock it if it's not locked on the spot, okay? So 3 attempts. Next, no response, confirmation call. You actually leave a voicemail that, hey, we got your show. It's a very popular time slot. I need to know as soon as possible if it still works for you. Otherwise, I'm going to have to open it up for somebody else. So it's a gentle takeaway, right? Sometimes why do people not respond? No, well, they've already booked because you've given them. It's not a big deal, or they're not sure about the schedule. Something else might be coming up. So it's kind of something's going on Saturday, I think. I'm not sure about this. Or I think my husband has got to get back to me or something like that. So there's a question mark in there often, okay? And so if it's day before the show, they haven't responded, I'm going to let them off the hook, right? Because the last thing I want to do is the day of the show, them cancel, or the day of the show, them going, we're waiting, where are you? I'm like, well, you never answer your phone, right? So I'll let them off the hook with this voicemail. So these voicemails actually work great. And the final one is saving a dinner. What do I mean by saving a dinner? You've already committed it, you confirmed and committed, and they call you the day before the day of the show. Now, can you save a dinner if you didn't commit it? You can't, okay? So you book it, you confirm it, and commit it. Once you commit it, you give them the 3 promises. They call you the day before the show and say, oh, I'm so sorry. Something came up. What do? You have 2 choices. You can let them off the hook, or you can keep the appointment, okay? It all depends. I will let them off the hook only if it's going to be unqualified. Okay, my husband, he's a firefighter. He got called in, blah, blah, blah. The fire's going on here right now. I'm so sorry, but it just can't happen. I'm just so sorry. All the kids got the flu. Everyone's a mess in the house. It's just not conducive. I'm going to let them off the hook. Does that make sense? But they just go, something came up and my guest can't make it, da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm going to go, no problem. You have to eat. Anyways, the food is already prepared. Remember, I promised you, I'm not going to let you down. The show must go on. Okay? I don't want the food to spoil, so you can count on me. I'll just come over and whip you up some chicken and lasagna. How does that sound? We'll just whip you up some quick food. Sound good? Yeah? Great. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to get on the phone, and they're going to get their neighbor over. Happens almost all the time. Okay? Don't let it slip through the cracks. Once it's committed, only reason to let it off the hook is if it's going to be unqualified or an undesirable environment. Okay? So, we're having a good time. Yes. We have a question.
About the instant booking at the dinner.
The instant booking at the dinner is the question. What's the question?
Before they're eating, you want us to make that call and book the dinner before they actually eat?
No. What we want to do is, if you follow the sequence, is it says we get the Tim's names before they eat, and then we get on the phone after they eat. That's not specified there. But we do want them to eat, and then we get them on the phone. I've had people do instant bookings before they eat. That's not nice. Okay?
And
Well, here's the question. How many do you want to book? Let me tell you. Here's the numbers. It takes 3 calls to connect with a person once. So if they're answering because it's their friend and they know their friend and they're answering right away, take advantage of the situation. They book 1, go for 1 more. They give you 2, go for 1 more. Okay? Because even if it takes you 20, 30 minutes in the home, I will tell you it's going to save you 3 times as much time afterwards than doing it. So take advantage of the opportunity. Strike the iron while it's hot. You bet. Okay. So this weekend, ladies and gentlemen, we are so excited. We're so excited about this weekend because you know what's happening? Salad extravaganza. Okay? And on Salad extravaganza, what are we doing?
Giving away salads.
And pen set. Okay? And so there is a technique on delivering. And by the way, the first time I said delivering salads, I had one of our brand new consultants that went out and pre-chopped a bunch of salads, put them in Ziploc bags, left them at people's doorsteps. I said, how many dinners you bought? She goes, none. I go, did you demonstrate the machine? She goes, no. I go, how come? Well, I just delivered. So the reason why we say deliver is we don't want people think that you're doing a what? A demo, right? Otherwise, they'll have to schedule it. Okay, we're actually delivering free fresh salads and we customize them fresh. Now, some of you on this side of the room, you folks are pros at prospecting. Like that is your culture. You guys live and breathe salad cutting. A day without salad is a day without sunshine, right? So we are going to talk a little bit about some of the technique of salad cutting, which is universal to that of store booking. It's almost exactly the same if you're at a trade show or you're store booking or even if you're free carding people. Okay? So, are you ready for this? Okay. There's 4 parts to a salad cut. Okay? Part number 1 is setting up the appointment. Part number 2 to a salad cut is getting in the door. Part number 3 is doing the presentation. Part number 4 is setting the appointment. And part number 5, if applicable, is getting a referral. Okay? So I said there's 4 parts, but there's 5 parts, getting the referral. So the first one is setting the appointment. Setting the appointment can be done in a variety of ways. Okay? When you're new, I don't recommend you go running around knocking on doors because you're going to face mass reduction because your script's not right. Okay? But what you can do in the beginning is you can deal with what I call your associate, your people that you associate with, okay, and your money list. I'm going to pull that phone. Okay? So, we have when somebody starts the business, they have their warm market. And then they have their less than warm market. They've got associates. And then about that, they have people that know them and know you. These are easy to book. But as you get further out on the sphere of influence, it's uncomfortable for these people and you to book, okay, because your relationship isn't as strong. These are the type of people on the chicken list, if you will, are the perfect candidates for delivering a free fresh salad. Why are they the perfect candidates? Because when you get face-to-face with them, you have a chance to sell the appointment, to sell the cooking show experience. You get to put their mind at peace that it's a good thing and there's nothing to be concerned about. You can get them excited about what's in it for me for the gift. Okay? So that's why we go face-to-face. You can qualify it. You can create urgency. You know what's so funny? A lot of these people out here, people try to book them, and they get put off. Next time, next time, next time, right? Because they don't have, what? Leverage of the relationship. But if you get face-to-face with them, you can create urgency. So these are the types of people, the best type of people to deliver salads for. Who else do you deliver salads for? Well, maybe you've got your referral sheet, your gourmet giveaway. Maybe your hostess was not good at calling those people. So she can just send them a text on a free fresh salad using the link What is the link? saladdeliveredfresh.com. Okay, you're still learning that one, right? saladdeliveredfresh.com. You can actually text it to your customer. You can actually give them something they can post on their social media. This weekend only. Make sure when you're doing salad extravaganza, make the big story. What's the big story? Okay, we're doing a nationwide nutrition awareness program. This weekend only, the company is giving away free fresh salads. I can give away 3 to my friends. Private message me if you want a free fresh salad delivered to your home. Nothing for sale. Okay? That's it. All right? And then a couple friends that are health conscious, boom, they respond. You give them a call, you set up deliveries. Okay? So when you're doing this type of salad extravaganza, okay, you got people, here's where you live. You're going to have referrals that are all over the place, right? So what do? Okay, you set time zones. You don't say, I'm going to deliver this one at 6 o'clock. You're going to deliver this area between 6 and 8, right? Does that make sense? Then you're going to go to this area, and it's going to be from 10 to 2 or something like that. Don't give specific times, give windows, because what will happen is you might have 3 or 4 deliveries set up in one location. You go to that one location, guess what? Even though you text them, and we have text templates for salad confirmations, you text them, they forgot. So what do? You actually go to this one, and then you text them, and now they're home again, and you go back. Okay, and then they give you a referral for one of their neighbors, and then you go deliver this one. Okay, and then you go deliver this one, they give you another referral in that neighborhood. That's how you do it. It's time savings. You don't go, okay, I'm doing one in the valley, and then I'm going down to Huntington Beach to deliver it. It doesn't work like that. You'll be killing yourself. Okay, so give them windows of like 2-hour window on your delivery. Okay, so number 1, you're setting appointments from where? Number 1, your chicken list on your warm market. People that you haven't contacted yet, or maybe people that you don't know too well that might put you off. Second is you're going to do it with your existing customers where they have it maximized on their gourmet giveaway sheets. Call them back and say, I know you haven't had a chance to give away dinners to your friends. Let's give away salads to those people that you think are most health conscious. Okay? And you give them a text template and they post it on their social media. A third way you can do it, okay, is you call your customers, people already own a set, or maybe people that are working for gifts, and ask them to post on the neighborhood Facebook that we're giving away salads in the neighborhood so that people are expecting it. So if you knock on a door and say, hey, we're giving away free fresh salads, would you guys like a free fresh salad? They're not like, well, what's this all about? Why are you giving away salads? What are you selling? What's the catch? They actually seen it posted already on their community Facebook. So like, oh, they're delivering salads this weekend. So it's like, oh, you're the salad people, come on in, right? So it does soften up the market a little bit. You with me? Okay. And then I said the fourth one, which is the instant salad, instant booking. This is my favorite, and it's just like instant booking on a dinner. You have to assume it, and you have to play the puppy. You know the wounded puppy? If you see a wounded puppy on the side of the road, what do you want to do? You want to help it. Okay? So you're the wounded puppy. Why? Because you're very nervous about knocking on doors. Okay? You're the wounded puppy. Why? Because it's really hot outside. And you're the wounded puppy. Why? Because the company has you delivering 10 salads today and you need help, please. Okay? They're like, oh, what a job delivering salads. I'll help you. Okay? So be a little bit of a wounded puppy with that one, and you can also give them an incentive. Okay? And what we do is we like to do 3 for free. Talk to your dealer about this. Okay? So if they give you 3 salad referrals, you give them something free, a bowl or something like that. Okay? So step number 1 is you have to book the appointment. Correct? You with me? We have scripts for that. So salad extravaganza, when are you going to book those appointments? You're going to book them 2 or 3 days before, right? Okay? Which means tomorrow, right? So Thursday, Friday, you're going to set them up for Saturday. How early can you deliver a salad? Question is how early do people eat? Right? Okay, what do people eat at 7 o'clock in the morning? Breakfast salads. Okay. What do people eat at lunchtime? Gourmet salads. What do they eat at dinner? Fresh rainbow salads. What do they eat after dinner? Because I'm full. Dessert salad, thank you. What do they eat at midnight? Potato chips. No. We've delivered salads as early as 7, 8 o'clock in the morning and as late as 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. Now, it's not common, right? But we can easily deliver salads at 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the evening if we want to. So don't go, oh, it's got to be dinner time, right? It's not just dinner time. People eat all day long, okay? You just got to market the words properly. So set the appointment is step number 1. What's step number 2? Get in the door. So how do you get in the door? Force your way. Kick it in. No, you go up there and you what? You're wearing your apron. You got your salad bag. You got your fresh salad there. They open the door and you take a slight step back. Okay? Why do you take a slight step back? Because it's non-intimidating. You're not invading their space. And you look them in the eye with kind of a dumb look and you say, I've got your free fresh salad. Do you have a bowl ready, please? And they go, a bowl, yeah. They turn around and you go, may I come in, please? Got it? Now, you're saying, James, this is like so ridiculously simple. It is, but I've also had people drive up and they going, I got your salad, can I come in? They go, you're coming in? Why do you got to come in? Like, well, I'm just going to like make the salad. Well, can you make it outside? I guess, it's very awkward, right? So the easiest thing is, I'm here with your free fresh salad. You got your bowl ready. They turn around. Object in motion stays in motion. You lean forward. You go, may I come in, please? And then you just walk right in, okay? So that works 19 times out of 20. It's just like, and people go, oh, you're in my house. Yep. Lead the way to the kitchen, please. Okay. Right? So it kind of gets over the little hump of like, oh, okay. Right? So you set the appointment. It's funny because when you do it, you have people going. So you got to be confident. You got to take the step in. Once you step in the door, take what? Take control. Assume the way. Just lead the way to the kitchen, please. Okay? Things you don't do is you don't put the salad machine on the counter. You put it on the floor. Always ask permission. May I wash my hands, please? Right? And then before you pull out the machine, okay? All right? Before you pull out the machine, what do? When you pull out the machine, half the people are going to automatically think what? You tricked me. You're selling this food cutter thing, right? Okay, they're going to think that you're trying to sell it. So what a pro does, anticipate the concern, bring it up in advance. Okay, turn a negative into a positive. So before you pull out the machine, okay, it says right here, before you pull the machine out of the bag, you're going to be what? So happy that you received the salad here today. We're giving away these beautiful salad master machines as gourmet and gourmet dinners. If you like the way it works, let me know before I leave, and I can reserve you one for free, okay? Now, all of a sudden, guess what? Rather than have a block, you're trying to sell me something, all of a sudden they're like, whiff them, what's in it for me? And they're leaning forward, paying attention. You'd be surprised how that takes away any concern. Before you pull out the machine, always pre-frame it in a positive, that we're giving away gourmet machines and also free dinners. If you like the way it works, let me know. I can what? Reserve you one. I'm not promising them one. I'm reserving them one for free. Okay? So we've got what we set the appointment. We got in the door, right? We pulled out the machine. Now it's about to do the presentation. Okay? So there's multiple things that take place when we do the presentation. I'm not going to fall over the script. You can go over the script later. But the most important thing is that you got to answer the question, who are you? Right? Who are you? Who are your company? Why are you giving away salads? Okay, and what's the purpose of the salads? Like, what are you selling? What does your company do? How does your company make money? If you don't answer those questions, you might book them, but they'll probably end up canceling. Okay, so the complete thing. Now, if you text them over the healthy cooking show, the text, and they look at it, that's going to reinforce and answer a lot of their questions on that as well, too. Okay, so the most important thing to put people at ease and to build rapport is to do what? Compliments, yeah, and ask and get them talking about themselves. People will feel comfortable when you talk about themselves. So now that the machine's out, you don't have to whip up that salad in 2.5 minutes. You know, you can just take your time and chit chat, right? Have a little chat with the people. Okay, and as you chat, what happens? They start sharing more about themselves. You're qualifying them simultaneously. They put their mind at ease and let the machine sell itself. Okay, that's the whole thing, right? You're just like, you know, talking a little bit about the food, and then ultimately you segue into the cooking show. Okay, you got to tell them a little bit about, you know, what you do. What are you, by the way? You're a health cooking coach, okay? So each and every one of you should have a 10 to 15 second elevator speech, what you do, okay? All right, you're a health cooking coach for Precious Cooking. And what we do is we educate people about healthy heart cooking. We show people how to save time, money, and improve their health. And I get paid by doing these cooking shows. So normally we're not giving away salads like this. This is special, okay? This is special. And so you plant the seed about that. And then after you're done, here's the close. You ready? Flip the page. Okay. Okay. All right. It says right here, all right, you ask the question, do you like the way the machine worked? They say yes. Don't ask them if they want it for free. But you go, I do that at a dinner. Well, you can get away with that because you got rapport. You assume the booking. Say, do you like the way the machine works? Because you already told them in the beginning, right? In the beginning, you say, if you like the way it works, I'll help you get one for free. So you ask a question. You like the way it works? They say, and then you assume the close. You say, great, I'm going to help you get one for free. Can I wash up the machine? So when you wash up the machine, they're thinking, oh, there's not like some big surprise. You put the machine away, and it's like, it's no longer like, okay, you're on your way out type thing, right? But here's what you do. When you wash the machine, tell them the program in 3 sentences. I call this a test close, okay? Tell them what you're going to tell them again. So you tell them, you go, basically just how the program works is just like we dropped you off a salad, we'll come back in a couple days, whip you up a nice meal. After you've tasted the food, simply recommend 3 other friends, okay, to see a show. And as a thank you, the company's going to give you one of these for free. Sound pretty cool? Yes. Sound pretty cool? Yeah? All right. Great. I'll leave you a brochure. So what you've done is you've given them enough information for them to make a decision. You're testing their interest. By the way, if I said that, what we're doing is, just like we dropped you off a salad, we're going to what? Come back when? In the next couple days. Notice how we planted that seed. Come back in the next couple days, whip you up a nice, delicious meal, and then what? After you tasted the food, you just simply recommend 3 other friends, and as a thank you, the company's going to send you one of these for free. Sound pretty cool? Yeah? Great. I'll leave you a brochure. What you're doing is you're testing their interest. If I say sound pretty cool, they go, well, I don't know. My friends actually have to do it? What if they don't do it? Right? You know, and they're not really positive or they're negative. You're like kind of getting a vibe like, that was my test close. Do I have to book them? No. Do I have to sell them on a booking? No, we select people. Do understand, ladies and gentlemen, the power of talking to enough people is you don't have to sell anyone. You select them. You let them filter through the process. The law of averages will take place, ladies and gentlemen. Here's what's going to happen. Do understand. that you're going to give away some salads, you're going to book some dinners, you're going to cook some dinners, you're going to sell some sets, you're going to get some instant bookings, you're going to have some people join the business, you're going to have some people do the stock program, you have some people advance to the company, become a distributor, you're going to have some people that become master distributor, have some people that open up a Salad Master dealership, have some people become master, elite, grandmaster, and own the company. Through the process, you're going to have people say no, and that's okay. It's Maslow's law of natural selection. It's the law of averages. It's going to take place. So if somebody goes, no, if I'm giving away a salad, and somebody goes, oh, no, okay, have a good, next. I go, do you like the machine? Oh, no, I'd never use that machine. Great, have a nice life. Boop. That's it. Very positive, because the more people that are going to say no, the faster I get to yes, the bigger my commission check. I like that. So get no's fast, okay? That's the name of the game. Okay, so what you do is, when do you pull out the brochure? When do you read the brochure? When do you book the dinner? After they said yes, right? I'm not pulling out the brochure until they what? Say yes. I go, does that sound like fun? Yeah? Okay. Sound pretty cool? Yeah? Great. I'll leave you the brochure. If they go, does that sound pretty cool? I'd have to really think about that. Oh, well, great. All right. And I grab my bag and I'm out of there. Enjoy your salad. I don't wait a second longer. Okay. Now, by the way, you want to make your salad gourmet. You want to make your salad delicious. Okay, yeah? Okay. You want to know the secret? It's all in the sauce. It's all in the sauce. If you want to make your salad delicious, what you do is you ask people, do you like cheese? And probably about 80% of the people going, yeah, we like cheese. I'm going, great. You got some in the fridge. So, and I'll tell you why. I don't carry around cheese because it's going to get soft. And it's not going to do a nice demo, right? And I don't want to pay the extra, $1.50 or whatever it is. Call me cheap, okay? So, no, but seriously, I'll say, do you like cheese? They go, yeah. I go, great, grab some. I'll chop up some cheese in there for you. And I'll tell you something. People are like lipping their chops, having seconds, they're cheesing it out. But more importantly, I'm demonstrating how that number one cone works. And they're like, man, this is the best cheese cutter. And that's all they remember. They wake up the next morning, they're going, I want that cheese cutter, okay? So integrate cheese into your salads, and let me tell you, people get excited. I would say everyone has a block of something, okay? So it doesn't matter what kind of cheese, as long as it's a block. People say, I got cheese, and then they bring out the shredded one, and I take the food guide off, and I just kind of... I go, you just have to imagine how this really cuts, okay? So, but anyways, so... the salad's got to taste good, by the way, because they remember the machine because they associate it with the taste of the food, of course, okay? So we read the brochure when? After they say yes, okay? Let them know, tell them a little bit more about the cones now if you like. And then at the end, when you finish reading the brochure, what do you say? This is the same thing we said before. Sounds like? They go, yeah. And then next question is? What nights don't you like to cook? What days or nights don't you like to cook? Verbatim. Because it's going to make it easy for them to select a date. You go, okay, so you want to book? Right? Sound like fun? Yeah, great. What nights don't you like to cook? Every night. Good. Well, fortunately, I have an opening tonight. Okay, I also have an opening tomorrow. What's better for you? Okay, well, tonight could work. Great. We'll cook you up chicken tonight. Sounds great? Great. Boom. Done. Okay? And I'll tell you something. It can be like that easy. And the more you do it, ladies and gentlemen, this is so nice because you can choose where you want to cook. This is so nice, really. Okay. So anyhow, once you get the dinner down, what do you need to do? Yeah, you need to make sure it's locked and loaded. You thank them. Take the picture, let them know you're in a special contest. If you got a picture of the contest, you show that to them. If it's booked within 72 hours, right there, just I'll see you rain or shine. I'm not calling to confirm. Okay? Easy enough? Okay. Do I have to talk about this anymore? Okay. So we are actually in bonus time right here with the booking program, ladies and gentlemen. And what bonus time means is free cards. Woo! Okay. Now we're going to hand some of these out. Now I'll tell you, you know why I love free cards? Now some of you on back home enjoy free cards because they're free. But your dealer actually pays 12 cents for each one of these pieces of paperwork. So if you take it, make sure you use it. That was a joke, okay? It's like, come on, lighten up. We got 30 minutes to go here. I think, you know what needs to happen, okay? I think we all need to stand up, okay? We need to stand up. We're going to have to do our second round, okay, of our jump ups, okay? Joey, we need music here. We'll hand those out in a bit. We're going to do our jump ups. This is going to get your energy for the next 35 minutes because the more your blood flows to the brain, the more you're going to remember, more you're going to be recalling, more your neural synapses. And I know Melissa's going to get some people's Achilles are going to be killed.
Drop it like it's hot.
Settle down. You guys are having way too much fun. This is a serious business, okay? Serious business, okay? I'm going to share with you a couple little things here on the free card. There's two things about the free card. One thing is it gives you an opportunity to approach people in day-to-day activities or social events. Let's just say you go to a reunion, your 10-year reunion, 10-year high school reunion, or 20, or 30 for some of you, or 40, right? Some of us are winded like we feel it's our 50th high school reunion. Okay. So, by the way, who likes money? Say yes. I didn't hear ya. Okay, so here's what happens, is when you put these in your purse or your wallet, what you do is every time you want to replace $50 or $100 bill, you talk to people and you fill it out. You go, really? It's that easy? It is, and I'll explain to you. If you knew that this was $50, how many of these would you give away every day? One? 10? As many as you have. They're not free, remember. Okay? So, here's the deal. Law of averages. If you talk to 10 people, okay, how many people are going to be legitimate prospects? Probably about 5, maybe 6, right? So you get 5 or 6 people, okay, and then, you know what? I don't want to just try to book somebody. I want to make sure they're worth my time. So I'm going to spend 15 minutes and drop off a salad. So if I talk to 10, I'll drop off maybe, say, 5 salads. Of those 5 salads, guess what's going to happen? Natural selection. Those of you seen the funnel, right? Some will, some won't. So what? That's okay. I'm just talking to people. That's my job. Okay? What's going to happen is I'll book about 3 shows. One's probably going to cancel because the husband is grumpy. All right? And then you cook 2, and then you should sell 1. Right? So let's just say you only make $500 when you sell a set. Now, some of you make a lot more than that, okay? But let's just say you only make $500 when you sell a set. How many people did you talk to? 10. 500 divided by 10 is? $50 of free cards. Smell it. Woo! Okay, so here's what we do. We got to learn how to give these things away, right? Remember, there's formal and informal events that you're going to give these away. So what's an informal event? You're at a party, right? It could be any social gathering, right? You're just chanting with people, and you know what? It leads into health and cooking. Whatever conversation you do always leads into what? Health and cooking. So ask 2 qualifying questions. Hey, this may sound a little unusual. By the way, don't say weird or strange because it's a negative preframe. It just sounds what? Unusual. This sounds a little unusual, okay? But are you guys trying to eat a little bit healthier? You look pretty health conscious. You guys trying to eat a little healthier? You are? Okay. And do you enjoy cooking? No, my husband does cooking. Fantastic. How would you guys like to have a free fresh salad dropped off at your home? What's it all about? Oh, it's an awareness program. Just fill it out. Now, did I book him a dinner? No, I'm just talking to people. So the key with these things is to register, then qualify. You with me? Because here's what happens sometimes. You find the perfect person, and then they got to go. And you're like, wait, come back, fill this out. It's too late, right? So what do? Is you pique their interest, you register them, then you qualify. Okay? And if they're not qualified, what do? You just put it in the pile. We're not giving everyone a salad. We're selecting salads. Can't guarantee you'll get it selected. What's that? Oh, yeah, I'm going to say, do you got 17? Quarter, round it up. Okay? But the whole thing is you talk to people, right? You stop them. If you engage their interest, you get them to fill out the card. Okay? We're going to role play with this one. Who wants to get on stage and do this? Rod? Yes. Watch it when you come on down the aisle here. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Rod. When it's hot outside, he likes to call himself Hot Rod.
Hot Rod. That's it. How did you know? How did you know I was Hot Rod? I am the Hot Rod.
All right. So this guy's going to free card me, okay? So go ahead. By the way, let's just say it's a informal environment. We're at a social gathering or whatever. Okay.
Hey, what's your name?
I'm Mr. Beer Drinker. I've been drinking beer all night long. Yes.
Mr. Beer Drinker, you look pretty healthy.
Well, thank you.
You work out?
Thank you for noticing.
Yeah. So you like to cook?
Sometimes I like to eat salad.
All right. So that's what we do. Look here. We'll deliver a free salad for you. That's all it takes is a few yeses.
A few yeses. I like that. Okay. All right. Good? Let me tell you something. You know what? I would say not bad. Not bad.
Not bad.
You know what the good thing was? Is he actually pulled it out and he talked to somebody. Here's what some people do. They go, they overanalyze it. I wonder if they're interested. Well, they got a mustache. I heard people with mustaches, aren't that health conscious. It's like, right? He just went out there and he just talked, right?
That's right.
And it doesn't matter because you can say all the wrong stuff in front of the right people and they go, oh, yeah, okay. You're like, that was too easy. You can say all the right stuff. You can say all the right stuff in front of the wrong people, you get what? No. You can say all the wrong stuff in front of the best people. Don't run away. Okay? You're not off the hook, Rod. Okay? But here's the thing. Don't be inhibited. Don't be afraid of the no's. Embrace the no's. Love the no's. Okay? Get the no's faster and you make more money. That's it. Okay, here's what I would recommend. Don't say, could you maybe fill this out? Just go. You like free fresh salad? Great, fill it out. It's very assumptive. You have to have a pen, and it's already right there to where it's filled out. And it's the same thing if you're at a trade show to register people. You don't say, would you possibly like to maybe try to fill it out an hour later? Please? Right? It's just real simple. Okay. This may sound like an unusual question, but you look pretty health conscious. You go to the gym?
Oh, yeah. Sure.
You look pretty fit, dude. You a runner too, or what?
Yeah.
Really? Tell me about that. Great. So you eat salads occasionally?
Yeah, I every day.
This is kind of going to sound a little crazy, but our company's actually doing this nutrition awareness program. We're delivering away free fresh salads. How'd you like one dropped off at your home?
I
live way out in La La Land. Great. We're delivering salads in La La Land. Fill it out. Okay. I didn't say when, did I? I didn't say when, did I? It could be a month from now. It could be a year from now. Okay. It may not. It may be never. Okay? So, but the point is we filled it out. Now that we filled it out, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the back and we're going to answer the questions. What are the questions? Do you like to cook? I want to point score people on a scale to 1 to 10. If they love to cook, is that good?
Yes.
Okay. If they are super health conscious, is that good?
Yes.
If they're actually entrepreneurial minded and possibly looking for something, is that good?
Yes.
That's a home run, baby. You're not going to find those often, but if you get 2 out of 3, that ain't bad. Okay? But if somebody says, I'm health conscious, I hate cooking, what would you point score them? Maybe a 6,
3, yeah, 5.
maybe a 7. You know, I'm going to base it on a good attitude. And if they don't have it, I'm just going to go what? Next. Next. I am selecting people. You're a professional selector. Very good. And by the way, okay, Rod, when you're done, you just go, great, okay. If we give you a call, we'll let you know when we're going to deliver it.
Okay, I hope so.
They're delivering salads over the next 10 years, so hopefully we'll get you one.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll
Yeah.
be waiting.
All right, thanks so much. Give them a round of applause. Okay. Okay, so free card. We've got a little bit of time, okay, and the little bit of time is just turning to the person next to you and just get them on a free card. We're going to have a couple quick shares on this one, and then we're going to switch gears. We're going to talk about how we apply it to trade shows. Okay, so find the person next to you. If you don't have a person next to you, we'll get you paired up with somebody. On your marks, get set, book them. Did anyone get any questions or concerns? Any questions? Okay, I don't eat salad, all right? Then I ask her, do you like expensive cookware? Yes. Okay, I'll come cook for you then. There we go. You know what? We're giving away free fresh salads and healthy gourmet dinners. Okay, you haven't been selected yet, but if you did select it, would you like one? Yeah, fill it out. Okay? So, all right, now, do you like that? Okay, do you need these? Yes. If they're $50 a piece, how much should I sell them to you for? 17 cents. There you go. Okay, by the way, salad extravaganza, your dealership probably has some, but if you need some, I got tons. Help yourself. If you need more free cards, let me know. I'm going to tell you about a simple registration program, okay, at a trade show. But we fortunately have the best trade show people in the entire region and probably in Salad Master. The Currys. I'm going to have Melissa Curry come on down here. This is a bonus. I have on our HCC opportunity, some of you may have seen the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/HCC opportunity. We have Melissa doing Lunch and Learns, which she does absolutely amazing. And she also does trade shows on stopping people and creating instant bookings. Here's what I found with a lot of trade shows. People giving away cake samples, salad samples. They go, yeah, I got 100 leads. And then 2 months later, they're calling the leads, okay? These people right here, they actually book the people on the spot, boom, for that night and the next day. They're like amazing, their technique on stopping, engaging, exciting, registering, booking. Like they do the full sweep. So what we're gonna do on film here live in Fullerton, California, ladies and gentlemen. Turn up the heat, Melissa Curry.
Thank you, James. I felt it coming. I could feel the energy bubbling up, and before he walked over to the chair, I was like, "We're on. It's showtime."
Showtime.
But yeah, no, it's a simple 5-step process, right? It's funny because people give away cake samples, and they're like kind of creepy. Have you got your cake sample yet? You know, right? They're chasing them down. You want to wait, and you want to be professional, have a nice smile, be open. And truly just, you know, when you're at a booth, I see so many people at a booth like this, right? Texting or talking to each other like, hey, James, what's going on? How was your dinner show last night? Is it good? Right? With their back to the people. So be aware of where you're standing in your booth. Don't stand right in front of your sign, right? And don't huddle together. Like, I'll walk away from people at a booth because I'm there to do what? Meet people, connect with people. Now, I like to, there's the 5 steps. So the first step is you build rapport. Now, part of rapport, and the major part of rapport, is body language, right? So you can spot somebody coming your way from about 50 yards. And if you see them coming up and you want to match how they're standing, you want to match their shoulders, you want to stand like with their feet apart, if they've got their gut out. This is being recorded. But match them from a ways away and look for what you want, right? If you're at a trade show or a run, you can't really tell, can you? But you can look at sunglasses, Ray-Bans, right? Nice runners, good hat. And you can look, people always wear their jewelry when they run, don't they? No. So, but when they come by, they want to say no. So when they come by, you connect with them. And most people, like when you go to a dinner show, the first thing you do is you jump in and ask the lifestyle questionnaire, which is a big mistake. So it's about connection. So how was your run? Do you do these events a lot? Man, did you have a good time? I like to run the race with them and have a medal hanging around my neck, right? I'm like, high five, man. Did you finish? Awesome. How was it? Isn't that a great course? And then they want to say no. So you got to ask them a question where they can say,
Yeah.
no, right? So you go, most people go, would you like a piece of cake? And what do they say? No. So don't ask that. Go, have you had your healthy cake yet? And they go, no. And you go, great. And then you turn away and you kind of pull it out of your pocket and you go, here, have one. And what do? Take it. And they go, what makes a cake healthy? And you go, I know. What makes a cake healthy is we don't put any oil in it and we put 5 vegetables. Right? Are you guys into healthy? And I say that's what we do, is we show people how to make unhealthy healthy. Say it out loud. That's what we do, is we show people how to make unhealthy healthy. Right? And you go, in fact, we're giving away some free cooking shows. Here, register for one.
Wow.
And they do what? They kind of take it because they like you. You've connected with them. You've given them cake, and they're happy, right? And so they start to register it. Now, the mistake people make then is they start to talk to them while they're registering. Because James, can you write and talk at the same time?
One close at a time.
I knew it. So let them start to fill it out. And as they fill it out, then you can start asking them questions like, oh, do you live in this area? Do you also work in this area? What do you do for work? And you start to qualify them. So build rapport, right? Tell them what you do, and then ask them, or have them register, and then qualify by connecting and asking questions and learning about them. Right? And as they fill it out and you determine it's somebody that you want to spend time with, they make 75 to 50K plus, right? They own their home and they have a family and they're married. Right? Then you tell them about what we do. So we have a will. Does anybody have a will on their booth? It makes it so easy. And on our will it says free cooking class, free dinner, spin again. Free cooking class, free dinner, spin again.
The odds are stacked in their favor, I think.
Free dinner, free cooking class, right? And so I go, well, here, we're giving away some free dinners and classes. Come on over here and let's spin and see what you win. Now, again, the biggest mistake people make is you have them spin to see what they win before they fill out the form right?
Go.
Or before you give them cake, right? So here, have cake, here, spin. So they spin and they win a free cooking class and they're qualified. You go, awesome. Right? You can choose between the cooking class at home or the cooking class at our office, or you can pick the class where we bring the food to you, James. We bring you a 5-course meal. We fry chicken with no oil, 4 vegetables, a delicious sweet potato mash. We show you how to bake that cake on top of the stove with no oil in less than 30 minutes. And when you do that one, you get 2 free cooking class tickets, not just 1, but 2. So, James, you can choose. Would you rather have the class or the full meal deal?
I think you just led me to say full meal deal.
Yeah, and it's pretty, and I always say it's pretty hard to give those away, right? People, we bring the food, we cook and clean.
There's too much going on here. Like, this is like oozing with good stuff, right? So we're going to get back to this one,
Okay.
and we have to. The most important thing is stopping the people. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. And so one thing that Melissa did was absolute genius, was stopping people with an unrelated conversation to what you do or your offer. Okay? Because if you're just stopping them with your offer, you're pitching them. Okay? Mm-hmm. And so people avoid being pitched. Have you ever been at Costco and you got the guy that's sitting there with the air conditioning or the solar, right? And you're just like, you're walking by, or the guys that are at DirecTV and they're almost harassing you. It's just, don't say hi to me. That's the first thing you're just like, don't say hi. Yeah, I got direct. Yeah. Don't say hi. Cut my cable. Don't say hi, right? So you're, but that's kind of the same sort of thing. Think about it. I went to this run. I wasn't expecting to be harassed. Anyways, so you have to be able to understand where people come from. You got it? And how do you communicate? What's the number one way do you communicate with people?
Body language.
What's the number one way I'm communicating with you right now? Eye contact. Melissa's talking about actually starting to communicate with people as they're 50 feet out. So you can actually just glance at them. And by the way, don't you know,
Creepy,
checking
creepy.
them out all the way down, right? So you just glance at them, and then you kind of notice how they're walking. You kind of notice, and you start thinking about these people. You start breathing like these people, and you start, all of a sudden, by the time they get there, you're like each
They're
other.
like, they don't even know sometimes. They go, do I know you?
Right. And so anyways, an object in motion stays in motion. Don't try to stop people when they're like right there. Hey, it's too late, right? So you gotta really make eye contact out there. That's where communication starts. And then you engage in a conversation that is what? Unrelated to your offer. Find something unique to discuss about whatever the event that you're at. Okay? So somebody needs to teach those guys at Costco how to stop people.
Is that it, James?
No,
Oh,
it's absolutely not it. So stopping people is a first best practice. Second thing is, what do? You get them registered, just like on the free card. You get them to fill the thing out. Just because they fill it out doesn't mean you want to book them. You with me? Just because they fill it out doesn't mean what?
You want
to book them.
Oh, do you want to know the pitfall to avoid? When they're so great and they seem so wonderful and they're super health conscious and they just lost 40 pounds, but they don't make enough money. But you go, oh, well, they're really committed to health. Maybe they could get a set. No, they can't. So don't book them.
Yet. You can invite them maybe to an interview.
Special event.
Do a dinner view or something like that, but that's another story. Yeah, don't use that as a crutch. We never book a dinner unless people what? Have the ability and the characteristics to be somebody that could invest in the product. Okay? So let's figure out, because so what she did is she got them excited. She got them what? To want to register. Now let's just kind of wrap it up on how you actually bring it all together.
So then after they've registered and you want to cook for them, you say, okay, so you got to describe the menu first and make it sound delicious and tantalizing. And then after you describe the fried chicken dinner, you go, how does that sound? And they say what? Fantastic. And then you go for the booking where we're really busy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to recommend that you pick your date now, and that'll lock in your cooking show. So which day would be better? We could do something. Gosh, I know it's short notice, but if you don't have plans for dinner tonight, I actually have one available. Would you guys like to eat tonight for free, or would tomorrow be better?
Okay, this is just so good. Like, it's so good. Those of you that know what she's doing, she's too good, right? You can't say no. Like, they'll go on a trade show and they will book 30 shows, 40 shows in like 2 or 3 hours, just because the technique, the approach is right.
And then we do the lockdown, and then we do a video.
Before you lock it down, though, let's just, like you said some really neat things, is we are busy. What does that mean? That means we're not desperate. That's a gentle takeaway. All right, and they get, you take it away, they want it more. So we're so busy, and what did you say? We recommend
that you pick your date now. That'll ensure that you get one of those free cooking shows.
Yeah, power suggestion. Okay, so continue.
Okay, so then if they say no, you go, no problem, but can I make a suggestion? Right? Let's go ahead and pick a date now that could work for you. And when you check your calendar at home tonight, if it doesn't work, I'll send you a text, but you can let me know right away. I don't ever say things like, let's pin a tentative date. Let's pencil it in, right? No problem if you can't book now. But can I make a suggestion? Because we're so busy, let's get it locked in now. And I'll send you a text later, and if that date needs to move when you check your calendar, we can do that then. But otherwise, and then you lock it in before you're...
Mm-hmm. Okay, instant booking is key. We all want to save time. We don't want to be in the business of chasing people around.
No.
It takes too much time. That's good. Anything else we can do to lock it down once you set the appointment?
Well, once you set the appointment, I always say, I'm in a really special contest to win a free trip to blank. And you know what? All I have to do is cook to get there. And I've won over 50 free trips. And so you can count on me to be there because I get credit just for cooking for you guys. So thank you so much. You can count on me to be there. We'll have a whole bunch of fun. Right? And is there anything special that you'd like to learn around healthy cooking or eating that I can help you guys with in your health or your kitchen?
This is so good. Right now, what you're doing is you're digging for the need. You find out, oh, my kids are gluten-free, or, can you do a chocolate cake or something? Now they're anticipating the opportunity.
Yep. And then you go, and sometimes, I don't book until I find that. But then when you say that on the text, so after I lock it down, we give them a reminder card, right? And it has what to expect, how long we're going to be there. It has our website, because I want them to go to our website, which is fantastic, instead of go online and do a Google or a Yelp search. Mm-hmm. So here's our website, go here, right? And it's got testimonies up and everything.
Yeah, and if you don't have their website, you don't want to use their website because they'll get your business. No, just kidding.
Send them to your website.
But send them to my website. No, just kidding. Actually, thehealthycookingshow.com. That's what it's for, right?
Yep.
It's to sell the sizzle on the cooking show experience. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, guys.
Melissa Curry.
Thank you, James.
Yes. Melissa, how many times you and Scott been master dealer? 5 times master dealer. Wow. That's the wisdom. When you can book more, you can what? Cook more, you change more lives. That is the name of the game. Now, we're gonna bring it to a conclusion on time. Go figure, right? But we have to talk about assignments. And before we talk about assignments, we have to talk about discover the dream, okay? And this right here. Now, I have these postcards up for sale, and they're free. So what I'm going to promote, okay, if you can afford, take what you need, okay, because they are for sale for free. And what I'm promoting is every time you what? Meet somebody, talk about the talent search, the great talent search that the company is doing here today. This is an opportunity. If you're at a trade show and you have somebody that is loves to cook, they're into health, I'm going to start planting the seeds about a potential interview with them on the spot, okay? Every single show, I'm leaving this postcard behind. I bought 10,000 of these, and guess what? They're there to be shared, okay? So talk to people about what I believe is the best kept secret in direct sales. Why? Because we have the best booking program out there when utilized properly. So thank you for all of you that tuned in. I apologize for being late. We will be on time next time, and we're going to make sure we get this whole platform rocking and rolling for you. I know I'm in high definition, and I'm happy to say that we're with you in living color. So let's talk about our assignments. By the way, do you know who your partner is? Yes. Is that somebody you can count on? Yes. Okay, so here's what's going to happen, okay, is we know that in remembering things, we got to review this stuff, right? And so here's what's going to happen. You're going to schedule a conference call, 15-minute conference call with your accountability partner between now and before next Wednesday. And you're going to have an opportunity to rack up some points, okay? Because points mean what? Prizes, okay? So what we have here under assignments, if you go back to day 1, it says salad extravaganza. By the way, we taught you how to book a salad, didn't we? Okay, who thinks that they can go out and deliver some salads on Saturday? Now, if your dealership's done a good job, they probably already committed you on delivering salads on Saturday. So here's what's going to happen. We know that this Saturday we're giving away, did you know we're giving away 5 smokeless broilers? Who did not know that we're giving away 5 smokeless broilers? Your dealership didn't tell you about the 5 smokeless broilers? We're giving away 5 smokeless broilers to get in the drawing. All you have to do is what? Book 5 shows. You're in the drawing. Every additional show you book, you get an additional entry into the drawing. Okay? That's on Saturday, this Saturday, the 4th. Okay? So you have an opportunity to win 5 smokeless broilers. It's luck of the draw, more bookings, more chances. But to get in, you have to have a minimum of what? 5. The more you get, the higher, the better your entries. Now, the person that gets the most points can win a free set of cookware. Now, this may sound like a silly question, but is there somebody in this audience that thinks they can actually book the most points? Okay, we got 2 competitors. There's your competition right there. Front row, Megan. You might want to get mug shots of each other and do some text wars later on, okay? Throw some mud, sling some mud, sling some cabbage at each other. Anyways, here's how it works. You deliver a salad or a pancit, you get 1 point. They book a dinner, you get a point. You're at a trade show or a store book, you get a point. That's how you get points. It's for 1 day only. Most points wins. You win, we give you a personal set. Okay, you like that? Most points wins. You get a point for a delivery. You get a point for a booking. Let's just say I'm going to deliver 10 salads on Saturday, for an example. I get 10 points. 6 people book a show. I get what? 16 points. Okay? If she gets 25, guess what? I don't get the free set, but at least I get in the draw for the smokeless broilers. Maybe I could win one. Thank you. Maybe I could win more. But you know what? If I really plan on winning a free set of cookware, we're not going to give away a free set of cookware for somebody booking 5 shows. Okay? You got to get geared up. Now, this is something for every consultant, every distributor, and every dealer can participate. So if you're a dealer, don't think it's a job of your consultant to do it. If you're a consultant, talk to a mentor and go, how do I book? How do I deliver 20 salads in a day? Okay, because you're going to have to preset some. You're going to have to get some instant bookings. It's a must. If you want to deliver 20 salads, I guarantee you at least 10 to 12 must be preset. Must be preset. And you got to role play how to get the instant booking. So that's this Saturday. So there's your assignment. I'm giving you an assignment to book 5. Now, some of you go, I don't know if I can do it. You have to do it. Why? Because all this information I gave you, you have to put into practice. Otherwise, it's theory. You got it? Okay. You're going to... Correct. Yeah. A delivery by itself without a booking is 1. Delivery with a booking is 2. If you're store booking, a booking is a booking. No points for delivery because you're not delivering. Okay? Now, if you have 5 between you and your partner, okay, here's how you get points. Okay? And the team with the most points is going to win a prize next week. Okay? So, number 1 is book 5, you get a point on top of salad extravaganza. You both book 5, you get a point each. You get on 2 ice calls. Does everyone know what the ice call is? Who does not know what the ice call is? Raise your hand. You don't know the ice call? Okay. So, who knows can you write the ice call number up on the board, please? Okay. 2 ice calls, you get a point. They're on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. sharp. Set your alarm for it. The ice call that happened today, I almost cried. The story was so powerful. Seriously. So this is how it keeps your head in the game, and this is how it keeps your heart in the game. More importantly, you use those stories to influence other people. Called a third-party story. You with me? So that's how this boot camp's called Mastery, and if you want to master, you got to leverage your time from other people's experiences. So 2 ice calls gives you a point each, so you and your partner can double down on that. Write a show of the best booker. Today we're talking about what? Booking shows, weren't we? Okay. So wouldn't it make sense that if you have somebody in your office that's really, really, really good at booking shows, go ride their show. Okay. You go ride their show. Guess what? You get another point. Okay. Watch 2 CRM videos. Does anyone know what the videos are on CRM? Who does not know CRM videos? Life Changer Central. You may not know. Okay. You may not know. Okay, but Life Changer Central's got 157 videos on there, and of those videos are some of the top people in the company. Okay, so I'm going to have you watch any 2 videos you like. No, you watch a minimum 2 videos and you get 1 point. You can watch 10 videos and get 1 point. You watch 1 video, no points. Okay, what's the what? Well, you go through your CRM account. You need to talk to Teresa. She'll set you up on that. Okay, if you're not already set up or if you lost your code. You cook 2 shows. Applied knowledge, right? Knowledge isn't power, it's what? Applied knowledge, it's power. So go cook 2 shows, you get another point. These are all the ways you can get point. Call your partner, review your notes. Okay, that's a must, and when you do it, you both get a point. Okay, bring 3 people to the next open house. Is that possible? Yes. Okay, when you do that, what do you get? A point. If you both do that, you and your partner, what do you get? 2 points. Okay? Work on your mission and your vision. Okay? We're going to have a couple mission and vision shares. You're going to get ideas on when people are doing that at the beginning of the next class. That's the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do 10 minutes of mission vision shares. Okay? And so, and then the top first-time open house guest. What's this? Top first-time open house guest. Open house pictures submitted. Oh, yeah. Okay. we're going to give away a special gift on top of that, okay, for the one person in here, okay, that has the most first-time attendees at this week's open house, whether it be Tuesday or Wednesday. I need a picture, okay? One household, and we're doing an honor system here. If it's 2 people in the household, that's 1 qualified guest. You with me? Okay, so you get the most first-time qualified people to an open house, you'll win a B pick of choice, okay? But here's what needs to happen. We need a text of the picture, okay? Needs to be text by midnight on Tuesday, okay? Your open house is probably on Monday or Tuesday, okay? We need that text. Who are you texting it to? You're going to be texting it to Teresa's number, okay? And we're going to have Teresa's numbers written down here, okay? Who can write it down? Thank you, May. All right, that's the ICE call number, and it's at 9 o'clock Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You want to dial in on that. Those are your assignments to keep you focused and on path, okay? It's got Teresa's email address, or you can text her the picture either way. Does anyone have any questions on this? Okay, so you and your team member, your job is to get the most points. Can you do everything? Maybe. Okay, can you do all of it? Maybe not. But you know what? You should try. You absolutely can try. And I think with the knowledge you have here in the new renewed enthusiasm, you want to apply that. Doesn't it make sense? Say yes? Okay. So in a quick little summary, okay, what do we have? What did we talk about? We talked about the success pyramid and rating yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. Talk to your dealer on areas that you're weak at that are less than 6, because these are critical success skills that if you don't improve those, it's going to hold you back from growing in the business. Next thing is work on your why. Your why, ladies and gentlemen, is something that you need to become so proficient with that you can teach other people, because it's the number one most important foundation of selling, because what you're doing is you're learning how to sell yourself and your own personal experience. Next point is dinner reservation book, which I didn't even talk about, did I? The dinner reservation book is right here. And I just wanted to say that if you're a consultant, senior consultant, or distributor, this is a tool that you must use, and you must use properly. I'm just going to highlight some of the things that it does do. First of all, it talks about the company's mission in the front. Second is your name, okay? As we go through this, you track your promotions to the success level of your next commission raise. What we have next is we have your $2,000 super commissions from the activities of your team members. What do we have next? Your goals. This is just a beautiful thing. I have still my original cooking show book from 1993, my first year as a consultant, and I remember when I wrote my goals, I wrote down, here's my projected, here's my actual. I didn't even know what it was the first month. What's a projection? What's an actual? I don't know. But when I started looking at it, here's what I found. I found that I wasn't good, and I realized what I wasn't good at, and I got a little bit better at what I wasn't good at. And all of a sudden, I seen my ratios improving. I was like, when I started, I was closing like maybe 1 in 5. 1 in 5, that's not like great, is it? Okay, but you know what? It went to 1 in 4, then went to 1 in 3, then it went to 1 in 2, and then it went up above that. And that was started getting excited. And then when I started booking dinners, a lot of times they weren't sticking, and I improved that. Track your numbers, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful thing. People say, well, I got CRM. Yes, you do have CRM, okay? And CRM is great, especially when you have a team. But this is like on the site instant, okay? You got your stock program tracking. You got your warm market list. You got month at glance. We manage our business. What happened last week? What's happening this week? What's happening next week? We manage our business 3 weeks at a time. Use your dinner reservation. Now, here's what happens a lot of times. People cook 3 shows, and then they cook 1. And then they book up, and then they cook 3 or 4 shows, and they cook 1 or 2. Okay, why is that? Because number one, they're not conscientious on when the next available spot that's not confirmed on their calendar. When you start looking a week, 2 weeks in advance, that level of enthusiasm and conviction goes right to your customer, and you get the instant bookings and you set those appointments on your next available day. So track this week, next week, the week after. And then, of course, we've got Week at Glance. Week at Glance has spots for 2 shows on each week. And it also summarizes. Every Sunday, you have a little meeting with yourself and you summarize your numbers. How many shows did I book? And I'll tell you something. If you have a new person and they're counseling with you and they're going, you know what? I'm not making enough money. You go, okay, well, let's sit down and take a look at your dinner reservation book. And then you go, let's look at your summary. How many shows you booked last week? 2. How many shows you cook? 1. Okay, do you want to make more money? We need to book more shows. Pretty simple. It's not going to happen by accident. And so we do, and if there's an area of weakness, we can catch it early. And so this, ladies and gentlemen, is a wonderful tool, your dinner reservation book. If your people don't know how to use it, really do spot checks and find out how they're using this as a tool. Okay? So we talked about the warm market script. We talk about the referral script. We talk about prospecting from free carding, store booking, salad cutting. Melissa did a wonderful job on a trade show. And TTP, ladies and gentlemen, is simply talk to people and talk to people and talk to people. Talk to 2 people today. That's 10 new people. You'll deliver 1 new set a week just by talking to 10 people every single week. Get it into your culture of talking to people. My name is James Tanti, and I'm looking forward to seeing you and all of you next week, because here's what happens. This is just the foundation, okay? The people that drove from Vegas, let's give them a round of applause. Talk about commitment, talk about awesomeness, okay? That's 3.5, 4-hour one-way drive. You guys are awesome, okay? And let's make sure all of us do our part to make sure we nail this prize. Keep your eyes on the prize, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be an awesome August. Beat the heat by taking the H off of heat and eat more with Salad Master in air-conditioned homes. We'll see you Lombardi time next Wednesday. Talk to you then.